Welcome back, everyone, to GDQ Hotfix. I'm Helix. I hope you all enjoyed that Monkey Ball run, and thank you for sticking around. I neglected to mention there is a Monkey Ball fan game run coming up at SGDQ, so it's Super Monkey Ball Stardust. I'm super excited for it. Keep an eye out for that. But with that said, you are now watching Parallel Universe, which I guess it kind of ties in, right? Because Parallel Universe is the show about community-created content, mods, fan games such as Super Monkey Ball Stardust, things of that nature. And with that said, I believe that's the second time I've said with that said, so we're really saying things today. I'm all over the place after that Monkey Ball run. It was wild. So I think I will just turn it over to Real Mim, who's here to show off Billy Hatcher's Scrambled. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm Real Mim. I've been running Billy for 6 years now, almost, and we're having something really cool here, which is Billy Hatcher Scrambled. It's a ROM hack made for Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, which basically makes the game a lot harder and utilizes speedrun movement in its basic movements. But yeah, I'm joined here with two wonderful commentators, if you would like to introduce yourselves.
Yo, my name is Zans. I also ran this game for some time, not quite as long as Mim, but I like the run for this ROM hack, so here for some commentary.
Yeah. Perfect, and I'm Kyron, and I made this monstrosity. This is a really cool ROM hack. Mim's really fond of it. He's a really good runner of this, and he's gonna show you all why I shouldn't be making levels because he's broken this game wide open within hours of it being released. So
Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, we can start the run now. It's gonna be having an opening cutscene. So, do I just do a countdown for it? Or?
Yep, just give us a countdown whenever you're ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Good luck.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. All right, we're off. So yeah, as I said, we're going to be using a lot of speedrun tech as required movement for this game. So you're going to have to be ready for a lot of tricks in succession. The first level is always very tech heavy and Billy for some reason. But yeah.
Yeah. And that's no exception for Scrambled either. A lot of the levels are now a lot more tech heavy. There'll be sections in the run where, in the speedrun we would do a speedrun trick such as a PDR, a knockback clip, to skip sections, but in Scrambled, that might be the intended solution to get through a certain section. Of course, despite that, Mim has still found ways to break the game in ways that weren't intended. And, that will be very present. Even in the first level, there's a skip that I believe he'll be doing that I did not design. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. But yeah, as a heads up, I'm not going to be commentating a lot myself because this game is extremely difficult to speedrun, so I'm going to have to focus up a lot.
Absolutely.
That's why we're here.
I was just about to say, very understandable. That's why we have commentators.
Yeah, starting off, we have this text box that tells us a lot about the guy who made the game. We don't care. We're just going to move on.
So immediately, Mim's got to build a lot of speed up on that wall to even make that first jump, which he nailed.
Billy's not very good movement-wise without the egg suit, so the whole beginning there, we just have to get to the egg suit so that we can unlock his full potential with the eggs.
Yeah. And one thing you're probably noticing as well is this ROM hack does have custom music. Someone already pointed out that there was Sonic Colors music. We've got some Sonic Lost World music in here as well. Here he's going to have to do something called a box clip to basically get inside of this windmill here. He has to get a very precise angle on this wall. There we go. Doing so will let him hit this switch, which will open up this gate, which we'll need to open for later. And we're off to one of the first big tricks. This is a PDR. You'll see there's a lot in the speedrun.
PDR stands for a Pedro's Egg Dash Ricochet. Basically, what that means is we're using the collision of the egg to push up the one that we're dashing with, which will just get us a lot of height. And a lot of height is useful.
And these chick NPCs can be used to make our bounces go super far, which we use to get to that island.
Same with signs right here, even.
So far, I think Mim's done is actually intended within the game. I think in a moment he should be sort of breaking away from that. I hadn't designed this so that you would have to do an up warp to get through this next section, but Mim just found it's a lot faster just to do another PDR by rolling an egg.
Yeah, this PDR is pretty difficult, though. Not
Yes.
surprised that we're gonna at least see one fail, but it's okay. Mim's got this.
Yeah, it's definitely not one of the easiest PDRs.
2 fails as well, completely natural.
This is still saving time, by the way.
Yeah, this saves.
Yeah. This,
So
I'm pretty sure after the 5th one, it starts to lose a little bit of time, but we're
Nice
still doing
Xbox.
Yeah.
The
That's
creator of this, whoever that is, might have wanted to give a hint as to what you're supposed to do. But there we go.
Yeah.
Mim's completely
Yeah,
ignoring whoever that is.
Well, we could blame that one on Till because he's not here.
So here we
yeah.
have the golden egg. Every first mission of a world is going to have an elder egg that we need to grow so that we can talk to the elder, make it return to Morning Land and spawn the emblem. Here, using the golden egg to do a PDR over this area means we don't have to like respawn or get here after hatching the elder. We are where the emblem is going to spawn. So we're just saving a bit of time by being ahead of schedule.
And Mim also, to get up here, had to perform a boost off of this tree. Now, a bit of context. When Scrambled released, I challenged Mim, Zans, and 2 other Billy runners, Talk9 and Giant Clam, to race this game live. It took them quite a while to figure out the boost. In fact, I don't think anyone did at the end of the day. I think they all just took an egg over and PDR.
Yeah, we were all in a call together and we just shared that we could do a PDR.
yeah.
I had to show you guys afterwards, like, this is what you guys are meant to do. But I see that
Luckily-
more as a fail on my level design skills, if anything.
You learn for next time. Luckily, the beginning of the next level for us too is a lot more clear about what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of choice on what you have to do here. So sides you can bounce off like this, and you have to chain this across these platforms. For reference as well, we usually use our egg shadows to position ourselves here. We do not have egg shadows on these floating platforms.
Yeah, it makes it significantly harder.
Yeah, to
well,
explain a bit
you nailed
further
it.
about these, what they're called sign bounces, whenever you have an object inside of another one, it's going to, and like you're pushing your control stick against the object, it's going to push you out. So when we do a bounce into sign, we hold towards it, it gives us a lot of speed outward. And this is not limited to signs, but it is the most prevalent, I want to say.
This level actually hosts one of the biggest skips in the entire game, but because it's so difficult, we're not going to see Mim do it. I think Mim's only saved it for sort of individual level speedruns and, task strategies, really.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna see this a lot here because usually you can skip this slide, but the developers have placed specific switches that we cannot skip those anymore.
Yeah.
Here we're
That was
actually
all-
doing what we do in the normal speedrun for the game. This is called flower jump.
Yeah.
Just testing out your base knowledge of Billy right there.
Yes, because at the end of the day, it's meant to be challenging to every person, not just the speedrunner. So I thought, we can just make some speedrun tech that's in an all game just mandatory by just removing, alternative routes and things like that. If anyone's interested in trying this, it will be a hard Billy Hatcher ROM hack, but it is completely, beatable by sort of someone who has sort of a fundamental understanding of the game. I have challenged people who don't speedrun this game to beat it, and they have done it. With a bit of guidance, of course, but yeah.
Here we're doing an object boost. The egg acts a little bit like a sign, but we're going to use it to give ourselves a lot more distance to get over that firewall. That firewall was intended to make us hatch an animal buddy called Clippin, but You know, maybe the developer can learn from that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because all the intended flippant uses or the animal body uses were removed by the original game, and then once the mod maker tries to make it mandatory, it is also skippable.
Yeah. I mean, that one was like a really obvious way to skip it, and I thought to myself, oh, there's no way they'll want to do that, surely. Yeah, they did.
Hatching an animal buddy is, it's pretty slow, so whenever we can skip it, we usually will.
See, I also thought that, you know, when I designed the first level, that it would be faster to hatch an animal buddy, but of course the PDR just turned out to trump everything.
Yeah, going
You
against
would
what
do
I
the
said,
PDR
though, we're actually going to be hatching an animal buddy in this fight because it's going to do more damage than our egg can, which is going to end the boss fight even earlier than normal.
Yeah.
Saving a whole phase.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why the animal buddy does 4 damage and the big egg does 3 damage, so we can skip 1 additional hit that is needed to skip a phase.
It's really cool. So when I designed these boss fights, I didn't really put much thought into it. I just went, let's put a comb egg of the corresponding world color and an animal egg of the corresponding world color, and we'll see what happens. So it's cool to see that actually came to finding a fast strat. So I was like, yeah, very happy that Mim found that. I didn't see that myself when designing it.
It also led to a faster IGT strat for a later world, but unfortunately that's not faster for the speedrun. So
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure which one you're referring to, so I'm
referring to Runny in Circus.
Oh, running, of course, yeah, I forgot about that.
Here we are on to the next world. Welcome to Pirate. Hope you enjoy your stay.
I think a lot of people who come to Pirate hate it. It's probably one of the hardest worlds in the run.
There are some silly levels, if I wanted to use an interesting word to describe it.
If you wanted to choose a family safe word, yes, safe would be the word. So, not safe. Whatever word you just used there. Silly, that was the word. Silly is a word to describe this. But
this is actually probably the tamest level in Pirate, this Golden Egg level. Because this is a new type of Golden Egg mission to Scrambled. This is a scavenger hunt mission.
Yeah, you'll find that there's a lack of crows and just more obstacles and fruit just scattered everywhere, with the design of just finding the fastest route through the level. This one's fairly straightforward. You can pretty much find all the fruit that you're looking for on the way to the where the emblem spawns. But there'll be a couple more complex examples of scavenger hunt missions later in the run. Oh, can you save it? Yeah.
Yeah, we do
You
need
will
that
need
fruit,
that fruit.
so I'm gonna go back and grab that.
Yeah, usually you can get that on the way up, but I just jumped a little too late, or too early.
Speaking of needing fruit, it takes 48 fruit points to grow a golden egg. Each big fruit is worth 5 normally. If it is a cherry or pineapple, though, it will be worth 10 because the golden egg prefers those fruits.
Perfect. There is one pineapple in this stage, but it is sort of far away from the rest of the level.
Yeah, it's just not worth going toward.
So it's not worth going for.
And that's that. Just gotta wait for the emblem to spawn.
Yeah. That's pretty well played there. I'd say the first 3 levels of Pirate are fairly tame. As long as Mim remembers to not throw his egg away at the end of the 3rd one.
Yeah, there is definitely in Pirate there's levels that are very much more tame than others, I would say. We're gonna see why in a bit.
It's mainly the last 2 that are a bit more vicious.
Although this level does have a lot of time loss potential, to be fair.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thankfully, what you need to do though isn't as demanding.
Yeah.
So this is caged cannons on the coast. We basically have tried to maximize the use of cannons in this level because they were quite a key piece of tech in the original Pirate 2, in the original Billy. So we thought, you know what, let's do more of this. Luckily, there's not as many crazy shots, just more aiming you have to do.
A lot more movement in this one.
Yeah.
There's actually a cannon off to our right, but we're gonna be skipping it because it has a cutscene behind it, opening this gate, and we can just do what's called a
dad bounce.
Yeah, a dad bounce in this corner. Using those similar object properties with eggs, the egg's stuck in the corner. That is unfortunate, but there is a checkpoint here, so with the egg stuck in the corner, it will just keep bouncing on the other egg, which will get even more speed as it comes down, which will get more height. So, very nice to use that in that corner. Here, Mim's going to be growing this egg so that we have a little more leeway to make it into this cannon.
Absolutely. He's going to shoot over this way because he can skip the destination of this cannon. 6 shot.
Shot a little bit too high there.
Or slight overshoot, but that's fine. So here, in Billy Hatcher, there's an enemy called a King Jow, which is the big snake enemies. Every instance in the base game is completely skippable. So I made sure that if there was going to be one in Scrambled, that it had to be required. Thankfully, Mim has not found a way to skip this.
Yeah.
So you have to actually hatch a bomb and blow it up, which you can see why people want to skip these things, but
Yeah.
that was really funny to put that in and then force people to play this blind with them not knowing actually how to kill a snake.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I've never killed a snake in this game in my life until that day.
I think watching Talk try and figure out was the funniest thing.
Yeah. Definitely
Man,
enjoying the snake.
we found some like interesting interactions with the snake as well that we didn't know existed through Scrambled. Like we discovered that they could actually eat eggs under like a very specific context. So yeah, we've got Captain Glare here. This boss is a little bit different from the original. The only difference is you can get a full egg sooner, meaning you can end the boss a bit quicker. So if you've got any messages that you want to say, Helix, feel free.
Oh, sure. Thank you for the opportunity. I suppose it is important to mention that Games Done Quick is hiring, so if you would like to help put on our events, if you have experience in broadcast production, you can apply to be the head of interstitial directors for mainline events by June 7th. So that deadline is coming up in just a couple of days. You can go to gdq.gg/jobs to learn more about the position and apply. And it seems like I have finished what I'm saying just in time. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, the boss is finished.
Yeah, that was
well
incredible
timed.
time. You really sped through that.
Boss is
that's one
very
quick-
fast.
No
yeah,
kidding.
even in the original it's fast, but in Scrambled it's even faster. So that's sick. So a bit of a story here. Scrambled was originally designed to be a troll hack for Mim, Zan's, Talk and Clam. But then as we developed the game a bit further, we realized that, hey, we had some like cool potential for levels here, so we changed it up a little bit so it's actually, a cool game.
It was
however, a bit of
playable.
yeah, so it's actually playable. But a bit of that philosophy has carried over into this level. So this is just a remake of Pirate Island Mission 3, which still has the well-known clip and yeet glitch, which, if you don't know it, fair enough to you. It's basically a way that we can speed up this race by 10 seconds. Which is still possible in this. We made the level a lot harder by adding more obstacles. But this is actually a bit of a troll level. You might notice as Mim's playing through this that there aren't any other eggs in this level. The reason why this is because speedrunners of this game do every single runner does the same thing at the end of the level, which is as soon as they finish the level, they just abandon their egg before talking to Clippin. So I thought it'd be really funny just to punish them for doing that. So Mim has to be very cautious not to throw the egg away, Mim.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he has to die or reset the level. We're not seeing Clippin yeet, it seems.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Mim messed up the crucial final step there. Actually, is that normal yeet?
No, no.
No, this is nothing.
Oh, that
Only
is no
called
yeet.
Mim Yeet.
Yeah, funny enough, I'm not getting any yeets. It's kind of my thing back then, so we just started calling it Mim Yeet, which is absolutely nothing.
Yeah, to describe how to
Essentially,
do that a bit, what we're doing is we are loading and deloading a bridge when Clippin is like thinking about passing it, and this is going to cause a unique pathing interaction within Clippin to where he would have just flew straight to the goal, pretty much. How it saves 10 seconds. There is a slower variation where he just falls into a hole and respawns, saves 5 seconds compared to doing nothing.
Yeah. And then there's Mim Yeet, which is just the normal level, which is absolutely acceptable. This is a hard ROM hack, so losing 10 seconds isn't really that big a blow. But yeah, here we have save Rolly again. We need to get to the end of this level within 5 minutes. Thankfully I'm not that evil, so that is very easy to do. But this is one of the harder levels with the ROM hack for one of the obstacles at the end of this mission. Start off with, we have to do another PDR to get on top of this platform. Making it look very spicy there. We're going to do a shot over here because we can end up right by the switch that we need to hit. Now we need to make our way back to the start of the level, as that's where the next objective is. Mim has to be careful of these orange hoops here, as they do sort of dip into death planes. Very
scary.
Close.
But making it absolutely fine. So yeah, we're back to where we just were because we need to go up this way now. And here, we've got a couple of swinging anchors to dodge. And another orange hoop that won't kill you this time.
Yeah, I think it's a bit important to mention that there's a checkpoint place where the switch is. So you can't even respawn to earlier in the level.
Yeah. So this is a brutally difficult section. Quad anchors can be extremely difficult to dodge unless you're egg bouncing over. And this section generally is just easier without an egg as well, due to just having a bit more control over sort of micro movements with Billy.
Yeah, anchors are pretty random by nature, so like we could, in theory, take our egg through all of that if we had a really good pattern, but it's just not.
Yeah.
It's not easy to discern that just from looking for half a second, so opt to get rid of the egg.
Yeah, it's just a bit more consistent. And yeah, of course, I'm a bit mean, so I had to make them do it again if they did have an egg. But
the thing is also that you gotta be pretty careful there, because if you die there, you will get a pretty gnarly checkpoint, and it's gonna lose you a lot of.
Yeah, we're going back to the switch mentioned earlier is where the checkpoint would be.
Yeah.
So you have to do the whole trip.
It was one of those decisions where I was in my mind like, if I put it in the cave, then it just trivializes the rest of the level. So yeah, I thought I'd just put one checkpoint in the level, and you just have to deal with it. Now this might be one of the hardest levels in the entire game, depending on how Mim does here. First of all, this is Pandemonium Pirate Island. This level is just enemy spam. The key identifier here is these shark enemies. These you only see sort of floating around in the water in the base game, which we never really see in any percent. So we decided to put some on land just to see what happens. And it's quite a difficult obstacle. They can be quite, I don't know, unrelenting, I guess it would be a good word to describe them.
They've evolved.
You're the land shark.
Yes.
They're everywhere, by the way.
But luckily, I'm kind of a nice developer. I didn't put them in the final section.
However, the final section is worth bringing up because, well, first of
an
all, we're going to
abomination.
get a nice cinematic approach there. We're going to see these blue
Yeah.
cubes go
Yeah.
slower and slower towards
Slower.
the slide, which has a bunch of anchors on it. This is notoriously difficult. However, with the PEDR, if we hit it right,
Yep.
Which
we
you
can
did.
just go over the whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
So
ridiculous.
because you have no control over how you'll speed on a slide, you had to like navigate these anchors, which sometimes can be absolute. I'm trying to think of a good word that's not a swear word here. It can just be absolutely unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned that the anchors are random, so the pattern is like you really have to bank on you being correct in the split-second decision, or you're just dead.
Yeah.
It's worth mentioning that PDR is one try as well, because if you die there, you will be respawning with only one egg.
Yep.
Yeah. But Mim nailed it, so that doesn't matter. I also tried to design it to not be cheesable, and Zan's found a cheese on his second attempt in the level, so that's great playtesting from me and the team. This is Escape the Backwoods, called Escape the Backwoods because you have to go through this level backwards, and a couple of our Billy Hatcher speedrunner friends do speedrun the Escape the Backrooms games, so a little bit of a double meaning. He's going for something called the Kaizo PDR here. He has not hit it, so I think he's just gonna... Yeah, he's gonna KBC through the door instead, which is a design, an intended solution. Well, this B is being...
B
difficult.
is not very
B,
nice right
there we go.
now.
There we go, got it. We're now
believe
gonna do...
You've ever explained knockback clips, actually.
Oh yeah, because they're so like... they're such commonplace in the Billy Hatcher speedrun now, you kind of forget that, you know, someone unfamiliar with the game probably doesn't know what we're even doing. Yeah, if you take damage whilst holding an egg against the wall, you can just clip through it. So of course, yeah, we've put places where, you know, it is a solution. It's not the solution most of the time, but yeah. For example, this level actually has a bunch of split routes, so you could have gone a completely different direction here and still ended up at this location. A KBC isn't necessarily required for this level, but it definitely is one of the fastest solutions. This B deciding to go low to Trollman.
Yeah, sometimes the bee just goes over there for some reason. But it's fine.
Here we're gonna see another knockback clip using an egg.
Yeah, because eggs of a bigger size can damage eggs of a smaller size, so we can use that to advantage.
To explain knockback clips in a little more detail, the position of Billy or friends, in this case for Rolly, is independent of the egg. So when you have an egg that you're rolling around, you're pretty much considered to be the egg. But when you get damaged off the egg, it's going to separate them, which if the character is inside a wall when that happens, they're just going to clip through it. That's why we see Mim lining up the character every time towards the wall, doing these knockback clips.
Nice dodging on the bees.
Yep. Pretty difficult with all the bees charging at you, coming from different angles.
Yeah, because there's a lot of enemies in the level. A lot of people come into this room with like sort of one heart of health left, and then they get absolutely jump scared by the 10 bees that are chasing you down.
Alright, this level, this does have some history, and yeah, already, to be fair, because yeah, it's pretty funny. There's this one particular trick in this level which is deemed to be extremely difficult if you don't know what to do exactly, which is why we always reassure everybody and ourselves while doing this trick that there is a setup.
There is a set.
Yeah, there is a setup for this upcoming trick.
Not that one, but he nailed it.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Ridiculous. Wow.
I don't even go for that.
So what is coming up is a unique type of box clip where if you do it like how we did in Force 1, you'll actually clip out of bounds and fall, and you'll die. So here we're doing a particular setup so that we just barely clip out while still on the box, but also out of bounds. can see it's a bit finicky. There's a setup, by the way.
There is a setup.
I hope the guy that made us race this knew that there was a setup,
Yeah.
and he made us race it blind, by the way.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to teach you the setup during the race. That's for you to discover. There we go, we got it.
Yeah.
It's easy. You just got to tap the box, tap the wall, jump onto the box, you just clip, tap the wall, then hold down left.
Exactly.
Oh, dude, I didn't know there was a setup.
And yeah, another KBC there. That one's completely optional, but it does save a lot of time, so it's worth going for. This KBC is mandatory. You do need to do this one to progress through the level.
This one's actually shown off in like an IL speedrun in the normal game, where you have to get down
Yeah.
here. But this route is completely new to this particular level in Scrambled at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, we sort of extended the level a little bit. I thought it'd be cool to sort of go into the waterfall, maybe even, go out the exit of the entrance to the waterfall. Like so, using Richie, our favourite boy, to, get through.
Yeah, pretty cool level all in all. If you know the setup, that is.
Yeah, if you know the setup, I think the level's fine.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Danny likes this level a lot, if I remember correctly, and I think that was after she discovered the setup. So we're now done with Forest and Pirate, so we're going to Dino Mountain. Now I have an important question for Mim and Zans. What's the matter with the batters?
Yeah, that's a very good question actually, because it's still to figure out to this date what is the matter.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure we can answer that. It might be up to interpretation, even.
Yes.
This level, speaking of up to interpretation, this is another golden egg level, so obviously we're gonna have to get the golden egg, which is what all of this is for, doing a tree boost to get over here. We're gonna grab some fruit to hatch this egg, because we need it later in the run, and we'll actually be saving a bit of cutscene time by hatching it sooner.
Yes. Oh, nice bounce.
But this is a unique level when it comes to golden egg missions.
Yeah.
There is only enemy fruit, really, and that's why we want to know what's the matter with the batters. Because most of the enemies are these king batters
Yeah.
that we're going to see over here. These are like one of the most annoying enemies to deal with in the game.
Especially with a small egg, and if they dodge you like they've just done. The reason why we've included these is, well, partly they are a bit of RNG, so that's fun, but they also only drop small fruit, so you can spam a load of these and it still creates a long level.
Yeah.
Whereas you can basically get away with killing 3 big enemies, in theory, to grow a gold egg to full size.
Coming up, you'll be wondering why there are some enemies that aren't the batters. These are the ones that we killed earlier to grow the Reki egg. By dying and doing the Reki hatch cutscene to save that time, we respawn these enemies, and these ones are just way more convenient to deal with and have the potential for big fruit, which could massively change how fast you get through this level. Fortunately, Mim only got apples, which is not the preferred fruit of the golden egg.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing some extra batter.
Mim hugged that wall there basically because there was a batter on a higher platform which he was able to bait down with. So you can basically get a triple kill here. Actually, I think I'm just wondering if you have enough fruit.
Yeah, definitely have enough fruit.
Yeah. So we
Always
can do
have enough
ETSS here. That's cool. So this is Elder cutscene skip. We haven't seen this yet in the hack, but you can skip Elder cutscenes by dying just before the cutscene starts.
You can skip
doing a
any
very
cutscene
elaborate
by
setup.
dying.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's actually very similar to Sonic Frontiers.
Yep.
Shout out the Sonic team, I guess.
In this special hatch of the Elder will appear where the golden egg originally was, but it will not become Morning Land like it should.
Yes.
But as long as we can talk to the Elder, we can spawn the emblem and get out of here. And they're stuck in Eternal Darkness until the next level, which is in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's kind of like a mission failed, but also mission success at the same time.
Yeah, because the only reason that we can actually die to skip that cutscene is like every other cutscene has like a cutscene trigger at the end to spawn your emblem, but for the elder, it's actually just talking to the elder, so we can skip the cutscene and then talk to the elder.
Yeah. Nice time bounce, by the way.
Here we are going for a
Oh.
faster cycle by doing this. Fortunately, going a bit too low. Have to retry. It's funny, in the original Dino 2 level, there is a strat called God Cycle for getting in a hoop really early, and it's the same here.
Yeah, it's just done a lot differently from the original.
It's more lenient, but it's still pretty
Really?
cool.
I've not hit it once, and I find
Oh, there's a
I'm pretty
meatball
good at-
coming for me.
Ooh.
oof.
Oh,
Okay, at least tell you that way. Mim being careful not to touch the meatballs in this level because they will instantly kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, very important as well to definitely not get killed when these bone dragon animations where we are using Richie to destroy them, to not get killed there because it will soft lock the level until you restart.
Yes.
Dude, really giving new context to the phrase spicy meatball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Now we have the section that we call the meatball meltdown. After the level, we have basically have to navigate these hoops. This is a slanted hoop. You never see those in Billy. They just give you a bit more momentum forward. And then we have to do a really well-spaced and timed time bounce to dodge that meatball. Well done, Mim. Timing these just right. Oh, that was a bit scary, man. There we go. Nice. So that's the meat. So Mim make that look easy. That is quite a difficult section of the level there.
And from here, all we gotta do is destroy this final bone dragon and get over to the portal.
Yeah. Which is quite easily done. You can just sort of bounce on the fence and go around, or you can hit the switch if you're feeling safe.
Yeah, this fence has a small hitbox where you can bounce on it. So
Yeah.
Pretty good dino too. So,
yeah, I
Oh,
mean, I would have died. So
So coming up, we have Topo. The only thing to mention really about Topo is that, well, with designing this ROM hack, with the level editor that we had access to, we could edit all the bosses except for 2. And Topo was one of the ones we just couldn't make any edits to. So Topo is just the vanilla boss fight. We can do a strat called Fast Topo, which I don't think has been shown on the Games Done Quick channel before. Because I think when this was last shown at the GDQ, it wasn't discovered. So we can talk about that, or if you prefer, Helix, if you've got any more messages, feel free.
I want to hear about this the strat.
Okay, so basically, Mim's going to hit the boss intentionally 9 times here instead of 10 hits, which causes a slower first phase, but by doing this, it actually skips an attack on the second phase, which then basically allows us to beat this boss about 9 seconds faster, I believe it is.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, 9
It-
seconds.
correct me if I'm wrong. It also just skips a phase, no?
Yeah, I mean, you should usually
Oh.
have a firewall phase here, but because we did only 9.
Yeah.
Yes.
The attack is the phase. Okay.
Yeah.
We're skipping a very long attack by doing those 9 hits. Unfortunately, we had our big egg break.
It's not the end of
So-
the world, though. We can back it up.
Yeah, we can back it up. If you have the big egg throughout the whole fight, all you have to do is hit Topo and the fight will end. But here we have to do very specific damage manipulation with this next cycle in order to finish the fight on time.
Oh yeah, just one thing to mention as well whilst we wait. Yeah, this ROM hack does have custom music. You might not think this is a custom song here, but this is the metal remix by Gameto, I think Johnny Atmers, the guy who does the channel. Really good cover of the song. So we had to include it.
Kat has been enjoying the music selections for sure.
Right, so Mim's gonna hit the boss a couple times here with the small egg, or just once actually, yeah, and then the gold egg, not the gold, the big egg will finish it off.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to do
You have to
overkill
do-
damage to the cap because it's in a cap for every boss phase. You can only do a certain amount of damage, and if we actually do, like, let's say the boss cap is done in one hit, in like one damage, then we actually can take a mid-sized egg or a full egg to do more than one damage, which of course also counts as a hit, but also gives us additional damage that we shouldn't have gotten.
Yeah, I think best way to say it, if a boss has like 2 health remaining, or 2 health remaining till it hits the damage cap, if you hit it once with a small egg to do 1 damage, you can then grab a bigger egg that can deal 3 damage to do the last hit, and that will equate to 4 damage. So you can skip some phases doing that. It looks slower a lot of the time, but because we're skipping phases, it does end up saving a lot of time.
Yeah.
There's another vanilla boss fight coming up that really sort of takes that to the extreme and saves like a huge chunk of time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Here, we are entering Blizzard. This one is interesting. The golden egg is very far away, and we're going to be going up this slide backwards to get to it, actually.
yeah, this is a basically sort of a remake of a level in vanilla, which is the 6th mission of Giant Palace, which basically involves you rolling up a slide. It's a fan favorite in the community. So we thought, why not make this as hard as possible? We've taken it to like the biggest slide in the game.
Here we saw Mim pick up a melon, which is the preferred fruit of this egg, just to grow it a bit more, and that makes it way bigger, so it's a lot easier to get into these hoops than it would be with a small egg.
Absolutely. It's very easy to over or undershoot with a small egg, whereas to sort of with a big egg, it naturally sort of snaps into the hoop.
Like there, you wouldn't be able to roll into the hoop with a small egg, you would just fall.
Yeah. Perfectly done. And then we just gotta basically open this cage by killing the enemies, and then we have to go collect all the fruit on the slide with the gold egg. Luckily, I wasn't that evil when developing this that I did let the fruit respawn. The only time where that matters is if you're collecting fruit up at the top, because it might not have enough time to respawn when you roll down.
Exactly.
But with the fruit that Mim's collected, yeah, it has plenty of time.
I'm very thankful that this level is not the inverse of this, where you have to go up with the gold egg to grow it.
You know what? I could always do that in Scrambled too.
Oh man.
Perfect. Yeah, that's well done, Mim.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's actually pretty difficult with the slides, because the catch with the slides is that if you do frame perfect jumps off a slide, you don't lose any speed. And that can actually throw you off so much that you get too much speed to even catch the second hoop by rolling over it, and jumping just gets you over it as well. So you just die because I guess you can say you've been playing too good. You've got the frame perfect slide inputs.
Yeah, you played a bit too good. Go back. Play worse.
Yeah,
Well, that's your guys' fault for not adapting.
it's true. I've specifically had like setups to roll a bit slower to only then mash to stop
Alright,
myself
man.
from having too much speed.
I'm just a bit too good at the game. Playtesters didn't expect me.
Yeah.
Here we are
You guys.
entering Blizzard 2.
Oh, I love this level. But I might be biased because the music's good.
I mean, the music is pretty good for everything so far. At least Pat would seem to think so, and I would agree.
Oh, I'm going for this trick. Never mind.
We went for a sign boost where, like we said, using the object, we get a lot of height with our egg, and that would allow us to go in between the top gap of a gate that these enemies are locking, but we didn't hit it, so we're just gonna play like normal, kill all the enemies, throw our egg while we're at it. We do need to do some combat in a moment. Fortunately, not full-size egg, but that'll be fine.
Yeah.
You can see that we have a cipher egg here in the middle of this arena.
Yeah, the cipher egg being important to beat in the level. If you don't have cipher, you can't beat the level.
Yeah,
No.
cipher.
Yeah.
What?
Cypher's looking a bit different.
What is he doing here?
Dude, I only remember
Oh.
Cypher in Blizzard 2 to destroy the snow machines. I guess we'll just have to hope that Glaren works.
Yeah. This is completely RNG, by the way. We don't even know if Glaren even works. We're lying. Of course, Glaren does work.
Yeah.
So surely this is a bit.
Yeah, during the race for when we were in this level, there were so many eggs that we were hatching trying to find a Cypher, and someone just tried with Glaren and it worked. Because Glaren's not in this level normally, so it's an interaction that we just wouldn't know about.
Yeah. It was something that I put in as a troll to begin with. Like, you know what? Let's put a Glaren egg where you normally would hatch Cypher. See how they react. And then we discovered, it actually just works. So we'll just change it all to Glaren and hope that they just don't know this.
They're doing
quite well.
a KBC to get into Blizzard Castle.
Yeah, that's the way to get in.
We only have
And
one
we-
snow machine left. Kill these enemies to open up a cage. Interesting note, the cage we're opening isn't actually required to kill these enemies. There's a clip you could do, but we'll be seeing that later. So
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like
But yes, opening the cage, I believe, doesn't lose that. Actually, I think it saves quite a bit of time, but because it's so precise, it's just not worth going for in like an RTA context.
oh yeah, the clip to get in there is frame perfect, and it's
Yeah.
one of those hard frame perfects. So also you could miss it and then just die. So don't really want to do that. Taking the safer route, and we'll be going on to the boss of Blizzard, which is Moles.
yeah.
With Moles, Moles is the only boss in the game without a damage cap, resulting in a strategy called God Cycle Moles to be possible, where you can basically kill him in the second phase. Now, there's no way to make God Cycle Moles easy, but by putting eggs that grow quicker, we can increase the chance of it becoming more possible. So, hopefully, if Mim gets lucky with his fruit pickups here, we might be seeing God Cycle Moles. Probably not seeing God Cycle Moles anymore.
Nah.
No, we're not.
Yeah. So without a damage cap, if we got a big egg, which we didn't get until too late, still able to do it within a relatively quick amount of time. But
Yes.
this egg in particular only needs one preferred fruit and then one non-preferred fruit. This egg also prefers a lot of fruit. So it's
Yeah.
easier than it normally would be in Billy, where it's, a normal comb egg and you would need 5 non-preferred fruit or 3 watermelons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
This
and
is
it looks
It's,
like,
where the break is happening, yeah.
yes, we've reached roughly the halfway point of the run. For those who are perhaps new to Hotfix, during some of our longer runs, we like to take a bit of a wellness break, give not only us, but also you all a chance to get up, stretch your legs, get some water, take care of yourself. So we're going to take a set wellness break right now, but don't go away because we will be back with the rest of this run in just a few minutes. Welcome back to GDQ Hotfix. Thank you for sticking around through the break. You're watching Parallel Universe, the show about community-created content. We are in the midst of a Billy Hatcher Scrambled run. Real Mim, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. The first half was actually incredibly well. There was not many mistakes, but yeah, I'm excited to keep going because it's going to get a lot more serious now with all the strats that we can do. So yeah,
Exciting stuff. Good to hear.
Yeah, I'm very excited. So gonna give a countdown to keep going. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, best of
And
luck with the
we're
second
off
half.
again. Good luck. We'll need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this were
Like-
normal Billy, we would especially need it in this level. But thankfully, there's not so much RNG in this level anymore.
Just a massive developer oversight.
Yeah, just one teeny tiny massive oversight. Here we're going to be going up with this swing to hit this blue hoop. Now let me see that the golden egg is right here. The end of the level is unchanged from normal Billy, but there's this neat thing we can do called an egg shoot bounce.
Shoot bounce.
Egg shoot bounce. Yes. This is similar to a PDR, except we're just going to bounce, and the timing for it is a lot stricter, but it can give you a lot more distance, as we're going to see here. Going all the way over to this platform.
Yeah, so you were meant to go down that slide that's right in front of you, and I only discovered right after I released the game, I think maybe just before you guys found this one, oh no, you can just ESB to the end. I didn't even think about that. And then Mim just has to kill all the enemies here to finish the level. Essentially, there's a lot more enemies than in Vanilla Billy as well. I thought to make it a bit more difficult, but if anything, that just removed the essence of RNG.
Yeah, no more RNG makes this a lot easier, actually. We didn't even get any good RNG, and the egg is fully grown, so...
Yes. That's Circus 1. Normally, you'd have to do this very difficult slide. It involves you jumping off the slide into blue hoops, jumping over fire, but no, you didn't see any of that.
Shout out to the egg shoot bounce.
Extremely cool.
I think
it was eclipsed a lot by PEDRs when they were found.
Oh, nice jump, by the way, Mim. I see that.
Yeah.
Glad to see them get some use here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like things like dad bounces, and there's another trick we haven't done yet that will... Well, in fact, there's two tricks you're about to see that we don't see in Vanilla Billy. Due to sort of difficulty and just not finding a good place to use them. So coming into Circus 2, now I was really happy with how I designed this level. It was a backwards level where you have to go all the way through the funhouse to come back through the front door to then get to the end of the level. But I made a massive oversight, which you're about to see here.
And normally you cannot clip through walls with an egg, but under very specific circumstances, speed values, angles, etc., you can.
Yeah, right into these corners. Here, this is called a seam clip. And now this normally wouldn't work in this context because if you're sort of go into like a hoop with a green hoop, you just sort of bounce out of it and land on top. But with an orange hoop, again, another thing that I just didn't think about when designing the game. You'll see what happens when he enters this orange hoop. And it doesn't matter that he's failing this at all because this saves so much time that he can fail this so many times and he'll still save a ridiculous amount of time. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. That is a frame perfect clip, like the one in Blizzard 2 we were mentioning earlier, but
yeah,
that one saves like 2 minutes or something. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the fastest portal time is like 8 seconds.
Yeah, if you just YOLO the clip, you can just go there, no setup at all, hold a quick forward into the cage and be lucky and clip through.
Yeah. It's I was kind of fuming when I discovered that was a thing. But it's like I've had time to think that it is really cool.
It used to be worse, so thankfully it's only 1 frame perfect this time instead of double frame perfect.
Yeah.
Here we have Saltim. Not much going on, just doing some damage manipulation to get a big egg quickly while still ending on time. We're not going to see a mirror phase where... Oh, we are, actually.
We are, actually.
Well, here we just gotta get the odd one out. Not too much time loss.
Yeah.
Normally he would just go... He would go into the mirror and we would break it and then he'd pop out. Yeah. Just like that.
But no, that's a good Circus too.
Yeah. Just like lost 5 seconds from not doing like a specific strat where you have a little bit of better damage manipulation to not have that mirror phase, and actually you can get sucked into the mirror in the mirror phase, but I messed up a bit at the start with the small egg. I should have damaged him one time, but that's all good.
Yeah.
So we're coming into the final golden egg mission of the ROM hack, and you'll also see this is also another scavenger hunt type mission. I think this was actually the first one that we designed. I'm a big fan of this level. There's lots of different ways you can approach it.
I also like this level. I did not like it so much during the race. As you can see, there's these switches on these portal platforms, and during the race, a lot of people were just clipping out of this room because you can do a corner clip off one of these ledges here, clip out, and we were looking all around for an egg on the outside, a switch to hit, but no, they're just all in that room with you.
Yeah. I just thought it'd be cool to make you stand on the little glowing panels, and you guys didn't like that. So yeah, we basically, again, as it's a scavenger hunt, the goal here is just to find the fastest route through the level, which Mim is performing here. There is a little bit of RNG in this level because there is one enemy that we put in as kind of like a little slot machine kind of thing, as the route does change depending on what fruit he gives you.
Yeah, we're looking for cherries or pineapples.
Yeah.
It will save like 10 seconds or something. Nice, the early hit to stop the bee from moving.
We got strawberries,
Strawberries.
we have to go this way now.
Unfortunate.
That's okay.
Yeah, normally if you got good RNG, it would end right here, and we would do ECSS, but we're just gonna take a little trip over, grab 2 extra fruit, or 1 extra fruit even,
Oh, did you make it?
Yeah.
fall into
Yeah.
the sand, and skip the Elder cutscene. It's worth mentioning that we don't skip the Elder cutscene every time, because it only saves like 17 seconds or something. So in some levels, it's just faster to be where the emblem spawns
Yeah.
instead of going back to the checkpoint where the Elder is. But here, the emblem is pretty much right there. We would have to do a long trip back.
So yeah, essentially, as Dan said, if it takes more than 17 seconds to get from the Elder to the emblem, it's not worth doing. So yeah, I mean, in this instance, it's faster. In the instance of Dino 1, it's a lot faster. I think levels like Blizzard 1, it's just barely slower to do it.
Yeah, I did time Blizzard 1. It is basically even. There might be like some slight optimizations, but it's so difficult to even be even. So
Yeah. Oh,
speaking of difficult, we have what is considered one of the most difficult tricks in Billy. We are skipping that by doing something even more difficult. This sign boost is incredibly particular. There's like no leniency here.
no.
We're gonna see Mim doing a lot of this lineup. Getting a good position, angle towards the sign. Hold straight forward. Ooh,
Yeah.
little camera turn, nice adjustment.
Not only is that like, you have to be on the correct spot, you have to have a good camera angle as well. It's not like anything you really see in Billy when it comes to sign boost.
Yeah,
now we're going
that's-
to do something that we've never seen in Billy. This is called a pause champ, what we're about to see. This is going to look really weird if you've never seen this game before. Okay,
There-
pause buffer, nice.
Yeah, we're doing a pause buffer. You can do a pause champ by doing an egg shoot and grabbing the egg that way, but we have to grab the egg without moving it at all for this. And the pause buffer lets you just realize whether you moved or not while doing grabbing the egg.
And if anyone's wondering what's happening, don't worry about it. You'll see in a moment.
Yeah, it's better to explain after the fact.
Yeah, there we go.
So the way pause champs work is while your egg's not moving and an egg respawns into it, it's going to store that speed until you jump or otherwise move, etc. But by stacking the egg respawning into it, we can build up even more and more speed, which is going to allow us to go to very much unintended places. This ROM hack was exclusively made without even considering that.
Yeah, I did put in like the opening message that like I did not design the ROM hack around pause champs, so when we did the opening race, I was like, do not do these tricks because it's not how I've designed the levels. But once the game released, just do what you want.
Yeah, here at the end, a really mean combat section with some of the worst enemies imaginable. especially
I
this
didn't think it
upcoming.
looked easy.
Yeah. These armadillos.
He's an
have
armad-
2 health.
Yeah, but he made it look easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, good enough. Yeah, so
But no,
skip
you
is
nailed
the-
that, Vim.
Yeah. This is a very might be the hardest level in this ROM hack. It's for sure up there.
No,
I think it's the hardest level in Billy altogether.
Yeah,
I don't
that
think there's a
skip
level
at the
below
beginning
top.
is ultra precise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's a miracle that I got that first try because usually you do all of that setup, and you just don't get a bounce. But yeah, it is extremely.
I think-
precise.
I think we neglected to mention as well that there aren't any checkpoints in that level. So,
Yeah, there's no
Or the-
checkpoints with the skip we
or-
do. What is
yeah,
intended
or
in
the-
that level is we do a skip called Family Skip. This is one of the hardest tricks in normal Billy Hatcher speedruns, where you'll use a bee, you'll aggro it on purpose to clip into what would be the portal room. There, the level starts with Family Skip, and you have to work your way backwards. But using that sign, which is so horribly placed for us to be able to do it,
sorry.
but we are just barely able to skip that along with the pause champ.
Yeah.
So if Mim died any part past that, we would be straight back to the beginning.
Yeah. Because all the checkpoints are in the underground which we skipped. So, yeah, it's a strat that I haven't gone for in runs yet because it's one I can do in ILs in practice, but I think the pressure of doing it in a run, I just haven't quite got used to trying it yet.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, Mim does it a different way from me and Kai. Me and Kai use a
We t-
torch in like a different part of the stage to line up Billy, and then
Yeah.
depending on how our camera angle is with that torch, we'll do like a
Light
variable
torch,
position adjustment,
Yes.
and then
it's-
we'll hold straight down instead
But the
of
way we
holding
do it,
forward.
Yeah, the way we do it is cool though, because we turn the camera away from the sign, so it
Yeah.
looks like
Cool guys don't look at
With-
signs or something. I don't know.
yeah.
This boss is unchanged from original, so all we really need to note here is that doing some very specific damage manipulation around the damage caps, as we said before, to end this, I think, 2 phases faster than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So if there's, whilst we wait for this cutscene, if there's anything that needs shouting out, yeah, go for it.
I wanted to ask you all a question. What are some of the
Certainly.
differences and improvements in running this over the vanilla game?
Well, one improvement that I can think of is that there is built-in infinite lives. So even if you're trying to like go at this casually, you don't need to worry about game overing mid-stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And shout out to Labris for that because he made that possible for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing. Because really, it's there's not a lot of quality of life improvements to the original Billy. Because unfortunately, we didn't really know how to edit sort of the base of the game. Really, we just knew how to edit the levels.
Yeah, for the most part, it's just more Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly
best
what we
part
wanted.
of it. Exactly.
Yeah. It just
Way
I feel like
a lot of more stages, because at this point, normal Billy is like almost figured out. We have a very normalized route for any percent. Normally, you can like pick what levels you need because you need 25 emblems before Sand 3 to access the final world. But here in Scrambled, the only levels completed so far are the any percent levels. So
yeah.
and if you try to enter a different one, it will say, no, you literally cannot beat this level. Leave.
Yeah. yeah,
Yeah, this-
basically on.
You can go ahead.
That's done. Yeah, so this level's not that much different, other than the fact that at the very end of the level you kind of just, like shoot the the snowman up to the top of the level. There's a lot more enemies as well to make it a bit more difficult. There was one thing that there was like a behavior with the cats that we won't be seeing anymore in the run. Is that the big cat enemies normally like slam the ground, but we discovered there's like a behavior value on these enemies that if we set that to 1, they just start throwing rocks at you, which you never see in base Billy.
Yeah.
Now, I do have a question for anyone watching. Have you played Only Up?
Don't fool him.
I will try my best.
You can fall out one part. It'd be funny. But only the end.
Yes. So I just thought it would be really me and Till, who helped me design this game, thought it would be really funny to make an only up level. So yeah, this is what the level is called Altitude Chickness. And yeah, generally if you fail any of these jumps here, you are starting from the beginning. But Mim's a kind of a gamer, so much of a gamer that during the blind race, Mim makes it to the very top of the level and is like, has anyone fallen yet? And everyone's just losing their mind because Mim's just first tried the level. No fool at all. Whereas I think it took everyone else a good while to even catch up.
This level gets really up there. Eventually we're going to see the skybox turn black from being so high up.
Yeah, that was my goal with designing the level was, can I get Billy beyond the skybox? And the answer was yes, by just adding a bunch of blue hoops to sort of add a lot more height to it. Absolutely. Finally, we just got to jump around these gates. This is actually the final obstacle of the climb. And
Well,
there's
one more obstacle. But we're going to be talking to our good friend Bantam. This is actually a safe friend mission.
Yeah, this is the.
There's no bomb here though, because Bantam's like, hey Billy, the bomb? Don't worry about that. I threw that off way earlier. But the final challenge is getting this emblem. If we miss this, we'll have to restart. So we're waiting for this cycle so that we can jump into it, grab it, and land early. Nice.
Yes. That was discovered by Mim, basically, second run of the level. I mean, I did discover if you just grab the M and hold left, you can land on an earlier a slightly later platform. But typically, if you don't hold any direction, you're falling all the way down to the bottom before that cutscene even begins.
Yeah.
It is really funny to fall all the way down because it's just kind of like, man, we're here, huh?
I was gonna say that must take a while.
Yeah, it does take a while to just fall and wait for your emblem collection. So yeah.
It's very cinematic, but very insulting if you miss. So this is the remix against Queen Rabish. It's another race level like Clippin', except with this one we had a bit more freedom to sort of just change the route of the level. So instead of going down the slide that we normally would, we're going to take this backwards route, and following that, we're then going to go around the left side of the castle instead of the right. This is very technical. You have to sort of navigate as well. You have to do a mandatory PDR here, which Mim nails. Yeah, he smashed out the park.
Yep.
I don't know about mandatory, but it's definitely the easiest way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's different routes there's different strategies you can do, but is it worth it? Probably not.
Normally the level would end right next to Rabish, but we actually have to get inside Blizzard Castle, which, I mean, we already saw this earlier. We're just going to be using these thorns to get inside with a knockback clip.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, well done. I think that was one of the fan favorite levels when, on first playthrough, because it's just,
it's just harder. It's not like that much harder. It's a real interesting change without being diabolical.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was one of my favorite.
Like a certain later level, in my opinion.
Oh.
Yeah.
The one that made you crash out.
We don't need to talk about that.
So this is what do we call this one?
I have no idea.
I was taking charge of the recharge. I knew there was a pun in there somewhere. So this one, it's basically like Blizzard 2 and Dino 2, where you have to hatch an animal buddy to progress through the level by charging up these batteries with electric powers. Now, what's cool about this one is typically in the vanilla Billy, all the batteries are in the same place, so it ends very quickly. But I thought, hey, we could actually move these batteries around. Let's put them in obscure spots and make the player go on a bit of a hunt to find them.
Yeah, just coming up, we're gonna see the first battery, which every sign in this level is going to point towards a battery. But of course, you would only know that if you talked to the chickens in the level. Imagine how great that was during a blind race.
Yeah, I mean, it paid off well for Talk. Read all the signs in the blind race. Especially that last one. He loved talking to that one.
Loved it so much that he lost first place for it.
Yes. He was too busy reading the sign that Clam just snuck up behind him and took first place.
Yeah, here we're just doing a sign bounce to get here a bit earlier.
Very scary.
I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was not sure if I was gonna die or not.
Yeah, if we die, we do have to rehatch Reki. So
Yeah. And that would be painful after spending all that time, hatching Reki and Dino want to skip the cutscene. To then immediately lose all that time.
here we see some more signs, and you look far off. See the battery. Gotta wait a bit for Reki to hit it, though.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're not gonna get this cutscene confirming that we hit it.
Yes.
Now there's only one battery left, so just gotta get on over to where they originally are. In normal Billy, all 4 batteries are around this center pillar of the clock tower, but this time there's only one in the direct center.
Yes.
Literally the center of the clock tower.
Yeah, I thought I'd
You
put
can
that
see
in
the
because...
cutscene.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd do that because you, in typical, like in the speedrun for Billy, we would, oh, sorry, this isn't anti-cheese, all these, all these gates. I was able to prevent some cheese, let's say it that way, but not all of it. One of our playtesters discovered that you could just jump down from the center platform to the end of the level, and I wasn't a fan of that, so I built a giant wall around the final platform, so you couldn't even do it.
And then we see a switch on the slide that opens up the gate so we can get in.
Yeah.
This level isn't that challenging on like a replay. This is really just a lot. Some of the levels are like that, where the challenge is figuring it out.
Yes. And then it's like most games that you speedrun, once you know how to play the game, you know.
Yeah,
It gets a lot easier from there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here we have a nice reference to normal Billy. I think the title for this mission is unchanged. It's Caged Crows, something like that.
No, the original title is called the Caged Crow in the emblem. This is the Caged Crows in the emblem.
Ah, the one letter difference. Okay.
Yes.
In normal Vanilli? Okay.
Vanilla.
In Vanilla Billy, there's only one cage with crows. Crows being the enemy. I don't know if we ever explained that, but there's only one cage that has enemies that have like a flag set to them, where it will spawn the emblem. In this level, every cage has enemies, and you have to kill every enemy. Maybe like they intended normally.
Yes.
The downside being, if you die during this level, they will all respawn, and you will have to do it all again.
You don't have to open the cages though, which is...
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes it any better, but...
I don't know.
Yeah, so we're just hoping for no death while Mim goes through this level. We're going to do a nice sign bounce here, up a slide. Try and get some nice jumps. There we go.
Yeah. You need the momentum from the sign jump to make it up there. Which is a little bit of a challenge if you're not used to it. There is quite a cool little segment coming up here, which Mim will make look really sort of easy, but I think when you're playing for the first time, you just look at it like, what am I meant to do here?
And making sure we killed every enemy.
Yeah, so this slide has a small bit of collision where you can just stand on it. So I tested people's knowledge of that by making it so you had to climb the slide by using that small bit of geometry.
Yep, all the blue hoops on that slide will send you down, making you have to retry it until you eventually figure out you just gotta do that stand and then
Yeah.
dash up the slide into the true blue hoop.
Yeah.
That cage right there is normally the cage that has the crows we need to kill, but
Yeah.
obviously we gotta get all of them this time around. Ooh. These
go.
crows aren't in a cage though, so we don't have to kill them.
Yeah, as long as they're in a cage, it counts.
Nice.
Yeah, mainly you really gotta check for those enemies, because if you miss just one bouncing enemy, that sometimes, I think one of them always clips through a cage for some reason. If that one just
Yeah,
goes
at the
off
very
to the
start.
side and you miss that, you gotta go all the way back up.
And now we've got a really fun level.
Mim, are you gonna be a gamer?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be a gamer.
Oh, let's go.
Alright, so this
so-
level has a unique type of egg that isn't an egg. This is a firework. Main distinguishing factor about this is that you can't do egg bounces with it, and if you get hit, it will blow up. So,
Or if you make contact with an enemy, even if it's one that you would normally like run over and kill.
yeah, true.
Yeah. So Mim has to dodge these enemies. We have to do a very precise dash jump onto this wall here, which he's done very well. And then we just got to do a dash jump. Oh, he nailed it. That's extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a developer oversight left in this level where
There is.
there is an egg just on the non-intended path that's just left there, and you can still do a PDR with the firework. So you can PDR directly to this cannon, but Mim's a gamer, so
Don't need
we don't do
I-
slip threats.
I realized that during the race when Talk got lost and was trying to figure out what to do, and I saw an egg and I just said to Till, "Oh my god, you could PDR this." I don't think anyone realized it until I think Talk was just got so stuck. I went, "Talk, you saw an egg and you didn't PDR. What are you doing?"
Yeah, now we're entering a funny level. Enjoy this drop. Slight tech. We do hold a direction there to set up our position and camera so that we just hold down right here. It's the fastest way to die, which gets us to this checkpoint, saving a tiny bit of time. Now, doing what we call a tree boost among many trees, we can kind of just fly.
Oh, gamer. Yeah, nice.
There's a setup, by the way.
Oh, there is a setup by the way. The insane dino. Insane dino.
Yeah,
That was
pretty good.
Very good. That level is like the slightest of micro adjustments can like
Change your trajectory.
change your trajectory. Yeah.
Completely different.
Me and Mim like have come up with our own setups just because of how many diverging paths there are among the trees.
I think you guys loved that level, didn't you? When you
Oh, yeah.
played the
It
race?
was so
like
it was so fun, but it is so mean.
Yeah.
So we've got the rigged race against King Biboo. This one has a cheese in, which was found before the game release. But I thought, it's quite difficult. No one's going to go for this, surely. Aha. Get wrecked.
Unfortunate.
I think most of the runners in this game ended up doing the cheese at the end.
Yeah, it was cheese that was worth doing in a race because you didn't have time to figure out the level. So I believe Mim will be going for it, but this level, after like practicing it a lot, you can just go along the intended route and still make it with plenty of time left.
Yeah. But it is, for a first try, it is quite a difficult level.
I
The thing is,
see the crow bounce.
yeah, that's basically a sign bounce, but you have to just be careful of the hitbox. So here you can actually sign jump against this. This is the cheese, and Mim has nailed it. Normally you have to just go around a bit more with the pyramid, avoiding these fire cycles as they can be quite devastating, as Sans has discovered.
Yeah, man.
I think that was that the main cause of the crash out, was just like you get to the end and then hit by the fire shooter.
I don't know. I think it was
Everything,
just,
man.
Everything, yeah.
Everything.
There's a nice little thing here at the end. These pillars that fall down. Very cool staircase that you have to make yourself.
Yeah.
And then very similar to Blizzard 4, gotta jump for the emblem, and if you miss it, too bad. Luckily, Mim's a gamer. Landing on the side of this pyramid and defying physics.
Yeah.
And that's all of the quote-unquote optional levels out of the way before the end. Of course, in Scrambled, these are required. In the normal game, they are not. But we are moving on to Sand 3, where we needed 25 emblems of courage.
Which we have now acquired. This is the ultimate test of courage. This is quite a difficult level casually, but it's actually one of the coolest levels in the entire game. So starting off, we have to do Torch Skip 2. This is an infamous trick in the original Billy speedrun, except now there's 2 torches to choose from. It's just as easy as the original, in my opinion, making it seem more difficult than it is. Thank you, Ben.
I think it's more difficult, so maybe you're just a bit off on the mark this time.
Now this upcoming trick is really cool. This is the actual intended solution for this. You have to place an egg on this platform, take the other egg back to the original platform, and then you have to do a sign bounce onto the egg to then do an egg boost to make it all the way across this gap.
Yeah, if Mim nails this, we should see him go flying.
Not in that direction, though.
Oh,
Not in that direction.
you might have made it.
No,
that was
I
not
don't
making
think I
it.
made it.
Luckily, a checkpoint's right here, and there's enough fruit on the platform to just
Yeah.
get right back at it. Since we have the little bit of downtime, I'd like to mention the text box at the beginning of this level. I think it's really funny how it basically says, Billy, don't you hate how games will have you go through a gauntlet of everything you've learned along the way and during the last level? I hate when they do that. Good thing this isn't the last level.
Shout out to Till for writing that one. Yeah, shout out to Till. Basically, I did most of the development for this game, but I had Till sort of sitting with me whilst I did it, sort of to make sure to keep me in check, basically, give some ideas, and he did a lot of the writing for the text boxes as well. I also need to give a shout out to Christian Royal, because all the music you're hearing right now, he sort of remastered a little bit just so it sounds all sort of the same level of quality throughout the entire game. I'll also be giving him another shout out a bit later in the run, just because he did one more thing for the project, which we haven't seen yet, so once that comes up, I'll point that out. But yeah, a cool skip that I completely neglected that Min was going to do is that we kind of skipped a whole portion level by just going through a blue hoop, because I failed to realize that blue hoops dodge all collision when they're moving upwards. So he was able just to jump down into the quicksand, then jump straight through again. This is statue jump, but a lot harder. And yeah, you can skip the rest of the slide by doing that. Really funny.
Personally, I think it's statue jump, but a lot easier. But
Oh, I mean, the first part's a lot harder, but... But yeah, then when you get to the second part, really easy.
yeah, and here we're just gonna grab this egg. We're gonna defile the artistic creation by all of these colored eggs on the portals by going a bit faster with the egg.
My masterpiece.
But yeah, Sand 3, extremely difficult level, especially that huge bounce off of the big egg, and yeah, everything else except the torch jump at the start was not intended and broke the intended level, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. But really well played, Mim. We're now actually going into the final level of the ROM hack. Typically this is quite a long level. I mean, it still is, based on the strats that we need to do for it, but we can save a nice amount of time. Yeah, you'll see in just a moment.
Yeah, normally this level in Vanilla Billy, you have to do a big trip around Palace. it's funny how in the ROM hack you're also intended to do the same thing. But just like normal Billy, we're going to ignore that.
Yes. Shoutouts to Doubt Room Music.
Yeah, here we got a bit of bad RNG with that cat, so we're just gonna grow our egg. ABC that way. This is like exactly the start to the level normally. Here, there's different enemies. So there's a second wave of enemies. Going to be killing most of them, not all of them. We don't want to get the cutscene for opening this gate. And we're going to do a giant egg PDR, just like other PDRs, except they're giant.
Yes.
This makes it a lot easier to time as well as get height because there's just a much bigger window.
Yeah.
Coming up here, we are going to do another pause champ like we saw in Sand 2. This one is a lot more precise in how you have to set it up, and also you have to wait longer. Again, pause buffering so that we don't move the egg, because we can't. We could egg shoot, but we're just gonna pause buffer, be safe.
Egg shooting does change your position ever so slightly before, when you re-grab the egg, so it's probably easier to do the pause buffer because you have a bit more control over where your egg's going to be.
Yeah. Here we can see the egg. If it pops, we actually get good RNG because it will store all of the momentum still, but it will respawn faster. And here we're going to wait probably 5, I want to say.
5 or 6, depending on if the 5th one is a pop or not.
Yeah, if the 5th one is a pop, we'll just wait it out for 6 to be safe. But with all of this stored speed, in a moment, we can just get a ton of height and make it to this platform. From here, we're going to do another egg shoot bounce. You can take the slide at the end of this level, but we're just going to make it
nicely done
right here, and then go to the slide that way.
So now that Mim's done with the level, I just want to give another shout out to Christian Royal, because I asked him about sort of remixing the audio for me just to make the quality a little bit better. He went above and beyond and made a custom song for this boss fight.
And it's a banger.
Yeah. So this is an original song that you're hearing here. Doesn't have a name, which I did ask Christian to give it a name, but he hasn't given that one yet. So this is just Raven 1 Scrambled. The boss fight is slightly different here as well. There's actually a fruit in this arena, so you can actually finish it a little bit quicker.
Yeah,
but that's the
vanilla Billy, there is no fruit, so you have a small egg for the whole fight, but as long as we grab it at the very start here, we'll have a full egg by the end, allowing us to do it 1 cycle quicker. I believe, anyways. Pretty sure that's the case.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You can go from having a 4-phase fight to a 3-phase fight.
There we go. Getting, I believe, extra damage that way. Correct me if I'm wrong, man.
No, I just was thinking that
You were just
already
thinking,
done.
Got the Billy theme there.
Yeah, we'll see Raven shoot out a lot of these like feathers that will put puddles on the ground, and Billy's job during this is to act as a janitor. He's just cleanup crew.
You're now playing Mario Sunshine.
This is correct.
Exactly. Yes.
Yep, and here Raven dies 1 phase quicker.
And we now have to say goodbye to the cool song from Christian, as it doesn't play in phase 2. As there's 2 different songs, I was like, you know what? Let's maximize how many soundtracks we can get in this game.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise, the final boss has 2 phases. Interestingly enough, this doesn't matter for the speedrun, but the IGT actually resets to when we originally hit the portal. So, go on.
So I was just going to say here, you'll see what Mim did there is you meant to get hit by Raven, but Mim actually dodged him intentionally here. This is to allow for the fruit to regrow and get a 3-phase fight instead of a 4-phase fight. Again, exclusive to Scrambled as there's no fruit in this actual fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get hit by Raven immediately, you lose your chicken suit, and obviously now we're regaining it back. But that would make it so that you're unable to grow the egg because you can't even move it. So,
Yeah.
playing a bit close there with Raven. If his egg
wouldn't
popped,
pop
it would.
anyway.
Well, it's RNG on whether it would pop or not.
I'm just saying that the script.
The
allowed
script
for it.
writes that it will not pop. I see. Yeah, but from here it's pretty easy to avoid Raven's attacks. An egg bounce over these feather missiles, intentionally take damage to this shadow ball. Normally it's like a few frame window where you can catch it with the B button, but by taking damage, it will push you back when he shoots it out, extending how many frames you get.
Yeah.
So that's why we intentionally take damage, and like we're nowhere close to dying, so
Yeah, like the usual frame window for this is unreasonably difficult. So taking damage.
yeah, this was made for children, by the way.
Unbelievable. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the final boss. Just gotta wait for this cutscene, and time will end when Mim lands, grabbing this emblem.
Exactly.
Yeah, really well done, Mim. Thank you for playing this.
And that's time.
Time.
Nicely
Yeah.
done. GG. The movement in this is so entertaining to watch, and this modern league exemplifies that.
Yeah.
That was an insane run.
That was
Yeah.
really cool.
You made it look easy,
Extremely
man.
good run, yeah. It was only 2 minutes off my PB, which is extremely good because mistakes can lose you up to minutes in this game, which is ridiculous. So
I was
it was
gonna
actually
say-
extremely good, yeah.
There's some stuff that looks extremely punishing if you miss it.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
that, what was it called? Altitude chickness?
Yeah.
How to check this, yeah.
Oh yeah, if you fall there, you just straight up have to restart the level.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's no way you're coming back from this without restarting. It's gonna take such a long
Actually, shout out to Fleedle Dealer who showed up in chat just now. When he played through this game blind, he decided not to reset every time he fell through that level.
he wanted the timer to run.
Yeah, I think he regretted that decision by the end, but the important thing is he did it, and that's great.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah, no, thank you.
I was going to say, speaking of shoutouts, go ahead, all three of you.
Yeah, I mean, I can just shout out the whole Billy Hatcher community. It's been amazing. It's such a cool game, so welcoming, and I've not really stopped running this game ever so since I've been just running a bit. It's amazing. So shout outs to all of the Billy Hatcher community.
Yeah, Zans, how about you?
I just want to shout out the same people. I want to shout out Mim especially for doing this run. He's the main pioneer behind this ROM hack getting speed tech, so, and he definitely showed it off.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll start by shouting out Mim for the amazing run, for actually playing my ROM hack more than once. And I mean, I just want to shout out the people behind Scrambled, other than myself, of course. So shout out to Till, who, as I said earlier, sort of helped me develop this game. Shout outs to people like Exelor, Christian Royal, who helped playtest alongside Till. And shout outs to Zans, Mim, Clam, and Talk for playing through the game blind on the release day, along with people like Nacho, Danny, Fleedle, Shadow Knight, Jester, who played it on stream. That was a lot of fun to watch. And then who else do I need to shout out? Oh yes, I need to shout out Shadow of Labris, DatHA, for helping me just actually make the ROM hack a possibility in the first place. And of course, thank you to Helix for the invite to, let us play this.
Yeah.
Thank you for
so
being here.
much.
It's always so cool to see stuff like this. I mean, that's what the show is about, right? And I know that for a couple of you it is very early in the morning, so thank you for still agreeing to be on and being awake and ready to perform. I appreciate it. Welcome back to Parallel Universe on GDQ Hotfix. I'm Helix. This is the show about community-created content such as custom levels, mods, and fan games. We are sort of continuing our trip through GameCube Sonic Team games and also sort of in anticipation of Sonic and the Glitch Gauntlet coming up this weekend. I am joined by Wise Wolf Rollins.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, hello. Who will be playing Shadow the Hedgehog Reloaded. Can you tell us a bit about this?
So it's a improvement mode for Shadow the Hedgehog 2005, which aims to improve the gameplay and stages to make it a bit more fun to play.
Very nice and concise. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I understand there are also 30 commentators with us.
So I've invited Dream Syntax, one of the game's dev.
Yes, hello. Dream Syntax here. I've been running the game for a very long time, and then it helped inspire wanting to create this ROM, and it's been a lot of fun. Up next is Coma.
Hello, I'm Koa. I mainly speedrun base Shadow 05, but I've also dabbled a little bit in Shadow the Hedgehog Reloaded here and there.
And then we have Broth.
I am Rob, and I'm also primarily a runner of base game Shadow, but dabble a bit in Reloaded, and definitely appreciate how much it speeds everything up. Really kind of raises the skill ceiling in some ways. A little bit harder just to get your bearings with how fast it's going the whole time, so should be a cool run. And I'll hand it back to Rollins for the countdown.
Yeah, we can get ready. Okay. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Good luck.
Let's go.
All right, so right off the bat, Rollins is going to do an out-of-bounds skip here. We just jumped over the dash ramp, and now we're going to clip through here. Go all the way where the chunk of the geometry unloads completely. We're going to see geometry coming. There it goes. And we might make it all the way. If we don't, we're going to catch this building to push us through. Okay, we made it through all the way. If you're not familiar with Shadow the Hedgehog runs, Rollins is going to be prioritizing the hero meter. That's that blue gauge at the top right. And once we get the hero meter, we will be able to use chaos control and cancel at various points, which this stage in particular has a very neat route, as you're going to see. A lot of stuff's going to happen very quickly. Having some fumbles here, but don't worry, it'll pick up. We're going to see a bit of a spin dash into a slide, right? Oh, there we go. There's our first one. This is unique to Reloaded in that now you can actually slide out of a spin dash.
Yep. Nice that Reloaded lets you actually keep your speed from a spin dash like other Sonic games.
Something that's a little bit different here to base game as well is the chaos control routes and the durations of when it gets canceled is a bit different. So what Rollins did there is not possible in base game. Some tricky navigation here. This is honestly the worst level as far as like hazards in your way and whatnot. So now that we're past this level, we're at the end here. Things will go a lot smoother.
It's
Normally
not,
at the end of base game, you would just have a dash ramp here, but Reloaded also has very different expert mode geometry compared to base game. This part's a lot harder than compared to base.
Does a lot more to screw you up.
not a very easy stage.
Yeah, it's really one of the harder ILs in the entire game, like both in Reloaded and otherwise, just due to the density of objects.
And Shadow is really hard to control. He moves super quickly, so just trying to avoid all those obstacles while trying to go at full speed is very hard.
Nice little turnaround there, killed the speed.
Another thing that's unique to Reloaded, you can actually speed up those digital trails you're on Digital Circuit and Mad Matrix.
Oh.
Yep, and that's an example right there in Digital Circuit where the level design of Expert Mode actually forces you to do a spin dash jump. It is now expected of you.
Rollins did that so fast I didn't really get to call it out, but we just saw a slide glide midair, which we will get into that a bit later when it's more prevalent. It's a bit of a unique exploit that Dark Shadow and Rollins found early on in Reloaded's going about the speedruns.
And it's become pretty central to most of the routes.
Yeah, I'll try to take it easy on the slide glides, but I will have to do some of them if I want to get a good time.
Yeah, every single one of them is frame perfect, so definitely pays to not do too many when you don't have to in a longer run like this, but they can be very powerful sometimes. Just have to leverage them smartly.
I see. I was a little bit worried there with that ledge grab, but Rollins managed to get it, and now we're going to actually skip, take an extra teleporter that was moved.
Yeah, I got the red.
He's so fast compared to base game.
Yeah, hard to even parse what you're seeing.
I've played enough to know which route to take by heart.
And it may be noticeable as well, many times when Rollins is in the air, he's making sure to be in the slide state, like doing a homing attack directly into the slide, and that's because the slide allows you to not really have any air drag and maintain a lot more speed.
Just want to call out, Rollins just pulled off 2 beautiful slide glides right there.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, so let's talk about the extended moveset a bit on Reloaded, because I guess I didn't really elaborate on that. So basically, there's a lot of extensions to the base moveset, mainly that you can slide out of a spin dash, you can slide out of a homing attack, and you can slide out of a jump dash. And that's what Rollins is taking advantage of here to exploit with the slide glides midair.
That's fine enough.
Oh no!
It's alright.
That's too bad. And I actually have to engage with some platforming. There we go.
Yeah, the game can be pretty sleepy sometimes.
Perfect.
Slippery instead, not sleepy.
And one other major change worth mentioning in Reloaded is that you no longer come to a skidding stop if you turn too harshly, which massively changes how it feels to turn in this game. To the point that some people think that the turning radius has been changed entirely. It is in fact kept the same, you just, in effect, aren't stopped dead in your tracks as much.
Oh, something worth mentioning I forgot to mention is you can actually cancel sliding at any point. It's a hold action instead of just a tap to do the slide, like in base game. And Rollins just showed off the sliding through a homing attack, saving a little bit of time there.
Yeah, taking advantage. Oh no!
Ooh, that was the classic, unfortunate Shadow the Hedgehog light dash moment, where in this game, they haven't yet converted to using splines for the ring trails. This is, I think this is actually the last game, and they've converted completely to using splines moving forward, where it actually goes like ring, next ring for the chaining. So stuff like that can happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, it allows you to do some kind of funny, unexpected light dashes, like that single ring light dash back downwards that Rollins just did there, but it definitely has its drawbacks.
Really nice pillar skip.
Just play it safe for the rest of the stage. I won't have enough CC points to CC through the end.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'll just CC through the tornado at the end.
Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. That is a pretty big time loss.
A lot of this game's routing is if you take a death, your entire point route has to be on point, and you have to know your backups if something horrific goes wrong.
Yeah, it's
Otherwise,
brutal.
you're just going to lose a ton of time.
Yeah, it's really important that one, use chaos control in the most advantageous parts of a level, and if your point routing's off, your entire plan's thrown.
There's one final thing that I think all of us forgot to mention 3 levels in. Their shadow boxes are completely gone in Reloaded's expert mode.
Yeah, the special weapons.
Yes, good call out. Well, most levels aren't extremely changed. There's a couple stinkers near the end, which will definitely be a bit different compared to the base game. But otherwise, base game expert is pretty similar to Reloaded, just a few tweaks here and there.
Yeah, and typically those shadow boxes contain the most powerful weapons in the game that can kill enemies the most efficiently. So Rollins is going to have to leverage his pretty solid mashing skills to get things done quickly instead.
We'll see more of that near the end.
Very nice.
What?
Ooh, oh, and so, funny thing we can talk about. So that was unfortunate. This game, the way objects work, sometimes it can skip a frame of the collision, and in that case, it unfortunately was not in the favor of Rollins, and it skipped the fire shield hurting that enemy, so lost the fire shield.
Oh, that's why that happens?
Yep, the fire shield just doesn't work sometimes, and apparently that's why. I never knew.
Yeah, this game is very funkily coded, but for what it is, it's decent enough.
I was gonna say that sounds apt for this game, honestly.
Yeah, more or less.
Absolutely.
This game wasn't rushed whatsoever. What do you mean?
Ooh, okay.
I'm just flexing.
Minor scare there. Minor scare. So, Reloaded actually kind of saved Rollins there, because something that's not super apparent is you can light dash directly out of states other than the falling state, whereas in base game, it's exclusively the falling state or the grounded state.
I think I'll
It's
just...
one of those things you don't really notice, but if you play it, you'll feel the difference.
Yeah, it just speeds a lot of segments of levels up. You just don't have to wait to go into a different state to do it.
So Rollins is doing a pretty cool skip here, using the collision to their advantage. That dash ramp is actually a troll trap that doesn't bring you anywhere. It's a original Sonic Team thing. We didn't remove any of Sonic Team's trolling found in the original expert mode. We thought it would be wise to keep it.
Yeah, no, it's very much in the spirit of a hard mode.
Much to the dismay of casual people.
But definitely added some trolling of your own.
Very nice collision skips here.
And about to pop that chaos control. Right here.
And once again, very intentional routing regarding like where you can use it, where the meter will keep going even when it's out. Very nice.
Yeah, if anyone's ever played Mario Kart, it's like the bullet bill, basically. The same deal where you want to use it, where the game isn't allowed to drop you out of it, even if you run out of energy.
That's a fun comparison.
A lot of things can happen
Alright,
wrong
Cryptic
here.
Castle. We're gonna see a cool skip. Let's see if Rollins gets it. Oh, nice.
That is a slide bump.
Cool.
When you slide at certain angle, you can get pushed up really high.
And you're about to see it again here.
Yeah, Cryptic Castle in Reloaded looks nothing like its base game counterpart. It is definitely one of the more changed ones.
Partially in due to the no shadow box, as Koma alleged to earlier.
Yeah.
The other
Point routing is
dispute of
quite different.
Reloaded's new moveset, just allowing you to abuse this level's geometry way more than compared to base.
You could just make so many more jumps, skip so many more things.
Rollins showing off some moves here. Very smooth, nice.
Alright, and this is going to be a lot harder than it looks. Shooting enemies while you're on the spur does not really work right at all unless you're super close to an enemy.
It's also important that Rollins gets this right, because this is probably the single most important chaos control that he has to get so far to get right.
Yeah, it's a huge time save.
Looks like it's good. The only thing I'm worried about is the upcoming rail.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I just have to get the fire. Might be alright.
You know, we have a potential light dash moment, but took it pretty safe.
Oh.
Ooh, didn't quite get the fire, but there's a lot of points around. Not a huge deal.
This is another difference compared to base game here. Rollins is abusing how the chaos control works differently from base game here to get a bit more distance.
Yeah, that is a very long slime trail that lasts like 10 seconds, and you skip the entire castle. It is massive.
Yeah, when you cast control, the game forces you to... It's a minimum length for the chaos control.
Ooh. Alright, Rollins just did something pretty risky there, jumping and taking the light dash on the rail to get some extra speed here, completely outrunning the monster. which is sped up massively and reloaded, so no risk there now. Well done.
Pretty good. So you
You're
can extend
using
Musk,
the initial insane speed boost you get out of the light dash to immediately get that speed on the rail moving forward.
yeah. And this
Always
setup is
pays
pretty
to get more
consistent.
speed on long rails. Because there is not much of a rail speed cap. Like, I think there is one, but it's hard to reach. And now early level Rollins has to focus on getting that dark gauge up so that we can run on the acid trails later in the level, take advantage of invincibility.
That's another thing with both of the meters too. There's 2 extra side effects other than the power up you get from having both of the gauges full. One is you get infinite ammo, and 2, the most important part, is gaining invincibility.
I think infinite ammo is equally important. They're both pretty essential.
But in this level, what you definitely abuse more is the invincibility.
Oh yeah. Level dependent. And just
Rollins
shoot
was
all the props we
intentionally
can.
stopping CC there just to get that bit of extra distance. And there's a CC stop down there that will prevent you from using chaos control. So that was a intentional stop for that reason.
You know, we're just shooting every single prop we can because every one of them gives just a little bit of dark gauge. It's proper.
Yeah, because giving
destruction.
property damage does boost your evil meter.
Ever so slightly evil, so just a little points.
I'm curious about something. How do the changes in Reloaded affect the routing? Are things mostly the same, very different, or somewhere in between?
Somewhere in between.
Yeah, we can
Well,
we can get
in the
inspired
expert
a
mode
lot
in
from
particular.
SX.
It's dramatically different in expert mode because the level geometry is pretty fundamentally changed.
Oh, right.
But in base game, it's a little more subtle, but in general, you're usually making further jumps, skipping a little bit more in Reloaded.
Perfect.
And also mission requirements are lower for almost all stages. So most of them go way faster.
Yeah, they just end a little sooner.
Well, I mean, as speedrunners, we like that.
Here's where you get that sort of training.
Indeed.
Rolling, right? Good luck.
Yeah, a lot of subtle little bounces off of geometry in this level. There's a thing in Shadow where if you jump off of a tiny object with very little height at extremely high speed, you just get launched super far upwards. And the community cannot agree about what to call it, but it is a property of the game that's quite important.
Yeah, all speed can get converted vertically.
Kind of like the bounce bracelet from SA2, but more geometry dependent.
Yeah, it's heavily dependent on objects having any sort of vertical slope
It's alright.
of some degree.
It's alright.
That was unfortunately a collision blocking that slide glide. That would have been pretty cool to see.
I think I slid it too early.
Yeah, I think that's just what happens when you slide before the spin dash gets released.
Ah, okay. We're upcoming to the infamous section of expert, even for the base game that a lot of people
Or we're
don't
gonna-
like.
CC here.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that part is a very awful platforming section that you just want to skip.
Another little high jump there. It's not a little high jump; it's a pretty big high jump.
Gonna see 10 skip. Yep, very nice.
Smooth
There's
sailing.
ordinarily a lot of crap you have to do inside of that tent. Let me just skip right over.
You could also technically skip this auto-scroller section with a way more advanced point route than chaining 10 frame perfect tests together, but
True.
what kind of monster would do 10 frame perfect inputs in a row to save like 10 seconds?
Not in a full game, at least.
Yeah, not in a 45-minute run.
Are we going to be seeing the melee weapon route here, Rollins?
Yes.
All right, so this is going to be a reloaded exclusive thing we're about to see here, at least for Bomb 1. So in this level, this is the first objective-based expert clear, which is normal in the base game, where you have to destroy 5 of these bombs here instead of getting a goal ring.
Really unfortunate, his weapon clipped inside of the wall.
I'm a little bit worried because of the 0 rings. Okay.
He's got it. He's in control.
All right.
Yeah, Reloaded's base moveset difference also heavily buffs the melee weapons in this hack.
To the point where you can actually use them in a speedrun.
When it wants to work.
Yeah, basically it just makes it so the hitbox for the weapon is always out when you're doing any action. And it's very useful with that sword because of how tall it is. So he uses it to kill falling enemies and just kill them a little bit sooner than you could aiming a weapon.
It's also just good for like running and just destroying props.
That's how we climb poles. Doesn't look silly at all.
There is a strat to climb poles faster, but I'm not consistent with it.
It barely matters. That is one of the only Chaos Blasts you'll see in this entire run. Very rarely useful, but you have to wait for some enemies to fall down there anyway, so the time penalty of waiting for the animation to play out doesn't lose you time.
And Chaos Blast damage has been buffed up from the main game.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because in base game it can't one-shot the giant aliens. But it can in Reloaded.
All right, we're going to see a cool out of bounds here. It's a little bit different from base game because the devs were mean, and we added some ceilings to prevent some traditional skips here. But Rollins and Dark Shadow found one anyway, which, oh, very nice. We got the hard skip right off the bat. So,
Wow.
Nice.
no ceiling, no problem. Very nice. And that's going to take Rollins all the way to the end of the level instantly. But oh no, it's expert mode. You got to throw the skill capsule at some
They get
soldiers.
one bomb.
And, okay, unfortunately, not all of them. One
Almost.
guy got away, but almost.
Still very fast.
33, very good. Very
Wow, that
good.
was
Really fast level.
ridiculously quick. Wow.
It's very
That
precise
level
to get them
So
on one
long,
bomb.
casually.
It's possible to get a one bomb cycle, but it's very, very precise because it's not a perfect circle.
Always nice to see people tear apart those kind of traditionally, infamously terrible shadow levels, and a lot of people complain about Lost Impact.
I'm not looking forward to Lost Impact.
Are we going to see
stage
some
is
cool
the-
slide glides?
Yes. So Lost Impact has one of the... No, he has... That has the only
gotta
stage
be
that I
neat.
can die from.
Well, I mean, it's always possible when you're doing light dashes.
I can save it with... Well, not the first one. The first one is very risky.
Doing some more high jumps off these little rocks.
Those jump vehicles are different and reloaded, but unfortunately Rollins is too fast for that, so we're just skipping it entirely.
Didn't make them better enough.
Clearly. Yeah, those are very cool to see.
Quite a clean Sky Troop so far.
Yep, hitting all the high jumps, first try.
It's going to get a bit more tricky. Nice.
Very
Clean.
nice.
feel like you didn't fire a single more shot than was necessary there for that Black Oak. Very precise smashing.
I think it's 6 shots.
This actually might be a PB for you. I feel like this is like going really well.
I think the first CC was a bit slow. But it's going to be a great time.
Feels like a very controlled plan. This is awesome to watch.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Thought I had more ammo than that.
Well, okay. Maybe not a PB anymore, but very good regardless.
I don't
Yeah, still very
care.
impressive.
Yeah, for full game still, that is not much time to lose at all.
Unfortunately, us commentators really love to curse the people playing this game.
Thank you, Dream.
Ooh, Mad Matrix. One of the longer levels.
Also, one of your favorites.
Yeah, I love this stage.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But yeah, I agree, it's one of the hardest of the run.
So another Reloaded specific call out, those color panels that Rollins just ran over, in the normal game you just have to match them all to be the same color. In Reloaded you have to match them to be the color of the terminal you're currently at. So this means that the first terminal that Rollins is going to go to here, the color puzzle is just too slow to do. He's just gonna jump over a wall instead. With a nice little slide bump.
Collision is only a suggestion.
Putting collision on ceilings just wastes processing power. And this game already runs pretty bad on console. They needed all the help they could get.
I could have skipped these panels, but the jump is pretty hard. I'm going to do the second one though.
But we are doing one to skip this.
With a nice, consistent setup to make it not so bad.
That is way harder than it looks. I struggle with that myself.
Yeah, those panels, like on the very edges of them, have a very, very, very tiny vertical slant that you can use to get a spin dash high jump off of.
Yep, and most of them are brutally punishing in this level if you happen to fail them.
Shouts to Rollins for red terminal skip here.
Yeah, this was a recently found way to get done with red terminal easily. There used to be a much more difficult version of that skip that now is unnecessary because Rollins just found out you can just shoot one of the color panels through the wall with an explosive weapon.
We used to slide glide over the terminal to go into the wall, but it's safer this way.
Yeah, a whole lot safer. Don't have to gamble it on a frame perfect input.
Yeah, a 2-frame input to get out of bounds, and then a frame perfect to get inside.
The infamous green tower.
Yeah, unfortunately,
This section is completely different from base game. This will just be some tight platforming opposed to some auto scroll waiting.
This is so hard casually. So many problems with this part.
Because of those defense units, I don't know who decided to make those defense units like that.
That
They
may have
are
been my fault. Oopsie. I thought they were such a
aggressive.
weak addition, so now they're actually a threat.
Too good of a threat, I'd argue.
They're coming to get Rollins.
Yeah, they're gonna make themselves a problem. They do not let you forget.
Lean Mad Matrix.
That's almost a
very
PB.
good time.
Almost record.
Very nice. 315. Insane.
Yeah, I thought it maybe was going to be.
I was worried for a second there when you almost like bumped into the last panel, because there's a bug where you can get soft walked in between two panels if you don't shoot it.
Yeah, you're just barely enough of a size to get stuck between those two, but not small enough to actually get out of it.
Oh, I've never seen that. That's rough.
This will be a blink and you miss it level. Rollins is going to tear through it. Sorry, I cursed the run by saying that.
Again, us shadow commentators really love to curse the runners that are playing the game.
Yeah, just a little bit slowed down by the fact we don't have the regular weapon. Nice slide glide.
Yeah, these dash rings give us a ton of speed. That's why we want to go up to the top rail.
Yeah, just killing enemies as quickly as we can because there's chaos control coming up that's going to skip basically the rest of the level, save for a little bit.
I wonder if we're going to see an SG at the very end.
Yeah.
Let's see what Rollins just pulls off. Nice.
Yep, we got it. A pretty low one, too. Nice.
Not sure if we iterated that well enough, but that's basically a frame-perfect trick to pull that spin dash from the slide midair.
Yeah, you need to really slide and free frame after press the spin dash button.
Yeah, not only is it frame perfect, it's not like one button a frame after the other. It's one button and then 3 frames and then the next press.
The arc has our first major out-of-bounds glitch.
Sometimes referred to as a edgy final rush skip, harkening back to the major out-of-bounds skip from Sonic Adventure 2's Final Rush.
Yeah, when it was originally found, and man, it's been a long time in the base game, it was a Super 56 called it Edgy Final Rush, so that's where that comes from.
It's
We're
just
gonna
true.
line up.
What it is.
We're just going to do a full spin dash, and we're going to stay quiet.
1, 2, 3, 4.
After 4 seconds, we turn and swing the camera right, and then if we do this right, we're going to land directly onto the goal ring.
Yeah,
I
there
want
are
to drink some water.
3 to 4 kill planes to dodge, and yeah, this is kind of the break point of the run. There's like about a little under a minute just to hold forward. Yeah, terminal velocity is not that fast in Shadow the Hedgehog. He does not fall very quickly.
Yeah, we're going to be waiting a while.
I might as well briefly shout out SGDQ 2026. It continues to sneak up. It is in almost exactly a month from now, live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Summer Games Done Quick 2026 starts on July 5th and lasts through July 11th. If you would like to see the schedule, you can go to gdq.gg/schedule, check it out. And registration is still open for the event as well, which you can do at gdq.gg. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are all too.
Perfect.
How are you all feeling about SGDQ?
I used
Pretty hyped for
to
it.
watch a lot of it.
Just got in my registration the other day. Was checking last minute to make sure that it hadn't totally filled up, and we got in.
Good to hear. Yeah, there are still spots. Alright, so what's going on in this level?
We don't have to play the president
dodging
this time.
Dodging a bunch of lasers. Playing Mission Impossible.
Dodge a bunch of laser, slide through a bunch of doors.
As Shadow does.
The doors are sped up significantly compared to the base game. We have a tech called door tech where you'll like kind of exploit running along the door, but it's not very necessary. There's a few where it's still necessary in this mod, but a lot of them have been opened up, so where even if you're going top speed, you'll have no problem just sliding right through.
Yeah, this level is very, very movement heavy. One of my personal favorites to run because of it.
Yeah, it's one of the better ILs overall. It's always been a kind of runner favorite.
Going from Billy Hatcher to this has been awesome because we're just seeing moments of really cool movement, very fast paced.
Oh yeah. Little tricky laser hopping. Yep, and we just have to hold on to that chaos control for a little bit so that we can get inside of this room by basically warping with chaos control.
There is a set spline on each stage, but Chaos Control follows. And so if you're not close to one, it just warps you to the closest one.
Perfect.
It lets you clip to through some walls.
Yeah, and there's
All right, up
one
next-
instance
Oh,
coming
go
up
ahead,
later
sorry.
in the run. I was just going to say there are some instances coming up later in the run where that's used majorly to one's advantage. By getting out of bounds and just warping to the nearest Chaos Control spline, which is basically near the end of the level. But what were you saying, Dream?
What we're seeing here is Iron Jungle, the no Chaos Control route, because it's actually faster. So Rollins is going to be just doing a lot of movement here.
Yeah, it's just a regular Sonic game now.
Oh my god, the cage bump.
Beautiful. Something unique to Reloaded here is we have these elevators that are in the base game, but they're not used like this. We use them as a boost to your upward momentum, and you'll see it again once more at the end of the level. Just lets you skip the boring waiting section where you'd either take the vehicle or wait for these platforms to come up and down.
This level really abuses spin dashing onto rails in order to get way more speed off the rails than what one typically should.
Yeah, rails are just nice in that as long as you're mashing the X button or precisely timing your twirls, you don't decay.
Really
in
clean
speed
Iron
ever.
Jungle, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid.
Perfect.
I believe up next is Space Gadget, which is one of the, I would say, worst coded mechanics in this game. They didn't quite complete finishing the gravity mechanic, and Rollins will be taking advantage of that later in the level.
Gravity is hard in platformers. I rarely see it implemented perfectly.
You can do some pretty fun stuff.
In the
Speedrunners
case of
just,
this game... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, speedrunners just love alternate gravity mechanics. They're pretty much always breakable in some way.
Very nice slide glide. Taking a bit of an alternate route here. In the case of this game, they did handle the air state and the ground state, but what they forgot to do was handle the in-between transition. So you'll see when Roland hits the ground, like from a jump and whatnot, there'll be like kind of a brief freeze. In the base game, it's really noticeable, but in Reloaded, we tried to suppress it a bit. Roland's skipping half the stage here with this clip.
Yeah, handy little clip.
You can lock the camera with the R button, so it doesn't move. If you don't press the R button, it can send you into the void and die.
Ooh, unlucky meteors.
Thankfully, we have backups for these. Yeah, normally in base game you would be forced to take this path, but there would be a chaos control orb there that we would use in order to go and take the hero path because of splines and whatnot. But no chaos control orb means we're doing the dev intended path.
Yeah, at least can speed it up a little bit with light dashes, but definitely one of the lengthier levels.
And in the next section, we are really going to abuse the unfinished gravity mechanics.
Yes. This will be Roland's taking advantage of that unfinished state to maintain air. While on the slide state, you can actually gain air by holding right, I believe, at this gravity orientation.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's funny, funny you say you suppress the glitching with gravity, but just the fact that you can maintain the slide makes it so much worse, really.
It's so goofy looking, too.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Up next is Lost Impact.
Yep, definitely going to see some heavy out-of-bounds action. They did not put many ceilings in the stage.
So the fastest way here would be to slide glide 4 times in a row. But it's very risky. But just slide glide.
it looks like Rollins is going for it.
Yeah, of course.
Let's
All right,
go.
holding my breath here. Let's let Rollins focus.
I'll be waiting for you. 'Cause I will 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 be waiting for you. 'C
Yes, got it.
Nice.
Ooh, all right. That's the riskiest one, but there's still another one, right?
Yeah, but the other one is safer.
We're doing a slightly different route compared to what we normally do in ILs.
I got this one too.
And got it.
Nice.
Let's go.
Awesome job.
Nicely done.
That was fast.
Very fast.
Perfect.
Okay, the first slide glide, if I fail it, I have to reset. So it's a lot of time lost. The second one I can immediately die from, so I can try again.
Hey, Shadow.
Up next is Gun Fortress. This is the best level in the game. We will have no arguments.
Got enough lives left to do it? Remember, once the game is over, it's all the way back to the start.
Little fun fact for people who notice visual things, that weird pink and greenish fog in the background is a bug in the game, where it'll change the fog color based on the last level because they didn't properly set the fog, so it's grabbing the wrong colors.
Don't let him get away. Take this.
I was curious. But there's not fog there in base game, is there?
No, there is.
There's supposed to be like a black-blue, but it only really shows up properly on Xbox, but even then it still has that prior level issue.
I see.
Come here. Take this.
But yeah, Gun
Always
Fortress is
Developing a game with multiple platforms.
Safe here. Don't want to get hit.
But yeah, Gun Fortress as a speedrun, at least, definitely pretty well balanced. You have some precise enemy killing you have to do, but also just a whole lot of straightaways where you really just have to get familiar with Shadow's top speed movement.
A lot of obstacles in the way as well that you have to dodge in order to maintain that full speed.
And just very, like, curvy rooms. Oh, and this funky camera angle stuff with the security cameras. Definitely hard to get your head around that at first. Alright, just plowing on through with our ridiculous minigun that they didn't even try to make not clip through the floor as he run.
To all who oppose me.
It's like 5 times the size of Shadow.
Yeah, it looks like someone just modded it into the game. Like, it does not look like something a developer would make.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of instances where they definitely seem to be self-aware of Hedgehog with a gun funny.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
And normally on Expert, this is where this level ends, but Dream Syntax here decided to do a pretty big troll at the very end of the stage.
Very annoying one
like
too.
more platforming.
If you die here, it's hell.
I would think so, yeah.
No
This
weapon, no
section
range.
actually is a nightmare.
Here goes. Yeah.
If you die here, the run is dead, basically.
What are you talking about? Rollins made quick work of that. Clearly it's balanced well. Clearly. Alright, next is Black Comet, and this one has a very cool out-of-bounds skip that's the same as the base game.
And a very tricky one too.
Yes, so fingers crossed we get it.
I could just
Rollins
randomly
gonna do
die.
a cool... Oh, the air saucer, which is the vehicle Rollins is on right now, is much faster, more mobile, and the initial jump is much higher, which Rollins is going to take advantage of here, do clip up through the ceiling. There we go.
Yep, and more about that skip he's going to do later. This level just happens to wrap around itself in such a way that if you go out of bounds in one section and use chaos control, you cut out a very significant chunk of the level just by spline warping.
Yeah, I'd say about like you skip like 70% of the level. It is a massive skip.
If I don't get it though.
Yeah, and this level usually consists of just disconnected zones that you teleport between. So I feel like someone just looked at it in a map editor at some point to figure out how this worked.
Behold the ultimate power.
Ah. So it's a fail.
Aw.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
I tried to
didn't get
save
yeah,
it.
yeah, you can try again.
It's not possible, I don't think, unless there's been a new development.
Okay, it's alright. I just played
Once the object is destroyed, you can't use it to clip out of bounds.
That's
Yeah,
too
there's
bad.
a spline on the very, side. It's on the opposite side that you would teleport to if you were far enough. It is probably the hardest skip in the run that we do. Definitely the most awkward.
Yeah, but instead we'll get to see the full expert layout for Black Comet. Nice door tech.
Dying once and succeeding on the second try, it's about the same time as just doing it the regular way. It's still a full minute lost, so... But,
You lose more time if you try it and die, right?
if I fail it twice, yeah. But it's still slightly faster if I get it on the second try.
Yeah.
It's also very, very tricky. The angle at which it pushes you is really dependent on your position. And the distance and the length of your spin dash. A lot of things to take into account. Sometimes
we're
it
at
can
least
just push you into the void.
We're at least already well past the point that Black Comet skip would have gotten us to. Now time to dodge some objects.
It's a cursed door.
Barely we're gonna do the wall clip, right?
Ugh. Yeah, there is a way to clip out of bounds with the air saucer that I don't think anyone has bothered with outside of a task still.
Perfect.
So that's the average duration for this stage if you don't do Black Hole Skip. A bit slower since I failed.
Yeah, the skip saves about a minute and a half.
Things will get a bit easier from now on.
Now we have Rails, the stage. A lot of rails. And we're about to see a classic Sonic loop skip here.
Omega, cut it out.
We're speedrunners, we don't take loops.
Except for all the times we did in this game, but we don't worry about that.
Except for when it's faster. Sometimes paradoxically it can be, and just Shadow the Hedgehog, it seems like. Yeah, that was a solid showing of the door tech. There's some objects you can just run against in this game, and as long as you don't jolt your control stick too far away, you don't lose your running speed. Even though it
At least for a
appears...
temporary bit of time.
Yeah. Nice, jumped right at the end of that rail to skip having to do platforming on those little poles.
Thankfully, nothing went wrong, because if you die in this level and you're pretty far in, that is really bad.
You need to do the climb manually.
Is very important.
That chaos control basically skips that one generator room, and there's a really long climb that you have to do that is really slow.
All right, Shadow has something to say.
Damn, not here.
Thank you, Shadow.
Explain
That's
to
the
us why
leftover
that happens
bug.
again.
In the lava shelter, just based on the positioning. Sonic Team trolling right here.
As they do.
Thank you, Cheese. Roland's doing some custom platforming here. This is exclusive to Reloaded, just some forced spin jumps here. These rotating platforms were actually leftovers in the game, but they didn't make it for whatever reason, and we decided to put them back. So nothing too crazy. Rollins is going to go down here to the light dash. And we're not done. In classic trolling fashion, these artificial chaos can snipe you if you're not paying attention. Just got to move out of the way or shoot them.
The game froze.
Ooh.
Oh no.
So that was not just the Discord stream.
Can we get it back?
Oh, did you actually get a like a hardware reset?
No, it's frozen.
Is it
Right.
is it paused?
Interesting.
I think my Dolphin crashed.
Well, the good news is our in-game timer system will account for this, but if not 4752, I would say just reset it, Rollins. It'll at least resume where you left off. We just have a bit of time loss there, unfortunate.
Yeah, it should be alright. I've never seen a crash here.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's usually quite stable.
It's the bad luck.
One
of
might say
GDQ.
that's never happened before.
Whoa, the thing.
The curse of live streaming. All right, getting back.
And we're
into
back.
Cosmic Fall. Yes. All right.
I haven't seen this stage before, actually.
We have to hear this again.
Yeah.
Of course, it is.
Really wanted us to hear it.
Yeah, grinding this stage is hell.
I don't think Cheese thought we were very appreciative of hearing Cheese.
I just appreciate how accurate the subtitles are for there. It is the correct number of chow chow chows. Someone took the time to do that.
Someone took the time to listen to it and write it down probably multiple times.
Yep, transcribe it.
All right, back where we left off.
Don't crash, don't
Hopefully,
crash.
hopefully, no more
Don't crash.
surprises.
That's alright. I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, you can
Meant the
actually
frame
crash like
perfect,
that.
not crashing the game trick. That's what happened.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's possible to pull off even in the base game. Not particularly any level, but just a bit unfortunate happened here. Rollins taking the middle upper route here.
That looks like some tricky enemy avoidance.
Yes.
Taking it real close to a lot of them. Just catching that cycle. Yeah, not much room to spare. Totally blind fall.
Yeah, that looked a little scary.
Oh, sad.
Ah, unfortunate. In the original game here, you can just take advantage of the secret key room and get a light dash that basically carries you out through the rest of this. Unfortunately, we're not that nice, and there's going to be some tricky platforming coming up here.
The last section in particular is it's something.
I could skip everything with some slide lights, but I'm just playing it safe.
They can't make getting to the computer room too easy. It's the computer room. It's what the fans want.
Something that might not be super apparent compared to base game is when you slide out of a spin dash midair, you actually get a lot of horizontal movement ability. You can do very tight turns opposed to just having a spin dash, which is more loose, I would say.
Nicely
Not
done.
more
Crash
stages.
inside.
I was
Not
gonna
bad.
say, didn't crash again, thankfully.
Perfect.
In my whole
One
week
crash.
of training, I didn't crash once.
It's just that marathon run luck.
That's how these things go. Getting towards the end now. Or at the end. This is the last wave. Or no, this is Final Haunt. Never mind.
They look the same.
Final Haunt and the last way are barely even palette swaps. I mean, the colors aren't even that different.
Don't forget it.
I thought you weren't gonna make that collision jump at first.
A big changes on expert is when you get hit, you lose all rings instead of just 10. So if I get it twice, it's game over. I just lose a life.
Yep, just regular Sonic rules again. Bet y'all thought Rollins was gonna die there. But nope, gets Chaos Control midair.
If you can see that when you have just barely enough meter, you can extend in a good way. Maybe this one?
Better safe than sorry.
Nice. Slide glide to skip this little triangle jump section. I believe Rollins is just farming some points here, but isn't going to use Chaos Control quite yet. Instead, we're going to do some spin jumps into collision here to skip the lasers.
Jump over the laser.
Yep.
Gotta take it just a little further.
It's mainly for the lasers you can get through.
Yeah, we're gonna use the spline that's on the very top of the stage by spin dashing off and homing attacking very far right. You would teleport because of the spline and just Chaos Control all the way to skip over this rail.
Ordinarily, rails are pretty fast, but they put a bunch of dash rings on those rails, which make you go slower. Really fun property of those.
Yeah, they're fixed at a set speed. And we don't want set speed there. We actually want to just go fast.
Dash rings and punts.
It's alright.
There's some mean enemy placement up here, but thankfully Rollins is going to skip it with the Chaos Control. Not having to deal with that. And we've beaten the level. Alright, on to the final stage.
Well played.
Yeah, typically the last way there's a secret key door route that if you get all 5 keys, there's a warp hole that just warps you to like 70% of the way through the level. They removed it here, so you're gonna see all of the last way.
That's definitely a theme in Reloaded Expert mode, making you actually play the level.
Great job racing to this far, Shadow.
Give it your best shot and make your way to the last goal ring.
You can do it.
Good luck, Shadow.
Good luck, Shadow.
Give it all you got.
Fight!
And the enemy density gets pretty crazy at times in Final Haunt. So there's both a lot to avoid, but a lot to use for Chaos Control as well.
Best.
Good luck.
I'm enjoying the chorus of good lucks that just continues on and on.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Getting the whole band together for the end.
The gang's all here.
And that was a really subtle time save Rollins just did getting on the bird. It's kind of one of those things that, like, you just see it if you're a runner. He hopped sideways just to make the animation of Shadow getting pulled towards the bird play for less long. Saves like 0.02 maybe, but like it's just one of those best practices things. So many enemies.
And there are a lot more enemies here.
So many worms.
Actually, fun fact, those are there in base game. They just spawn in really late, so you never see them.
I see you. Pretty soon, we're gonna see some of that Rollins mashing skill. There's some tricky moving and mashing that has to happen here to get our points high enough.
That scared me. I was not expecting Rollins to do that skip right there.
Same.
That was pretty risky.
It paid off.
Especially alright.
Yeah, if you don't do that extension here, though, there's very evil enemy placement that you have to deal with. in order to chaos control again. And we're just about done.
In clutch here. Yep, we're about to finish up. It's going to be time very soon here, so be ready for it. And
Time.
time.
GG.
GG.
Thank you. The beginning was a bit rough.
Perfect.
Hey, you handled it well though. That was well done.
And
This
it's
is
okay.
the credit sequence to be muted, just a heads up.
Yes.
Yeah, super solid showing on several of the levels.
Yeah, I'm a bit sad I didn't get the Black Comet skip, but it's alright.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
Even in practice, it's...
Curse you, MFlow, for having us mute the stream.
Any shoutouts from the four of you?
I will go first if you don't mind. Shout out to Blazin Zizetti, has basically started my interest in running this game many, many years ago. Thank you, man. And shout out to Coma and Jesus PK, just for being awesome people. And also shout out to Spectral Star. That's all I got. Anyone else?
Shout out to Dark Shadow 17. I love you, man.
Yeah, I'll just do repeat. Shoutouts to Dark Shadow and Tacoma, both for putting a ton into this game, finding a lot of the skips, really advancing the tech. Been cool to see.
And I would like to shout out Dark Shadow 17, the entire Shadow community, and in particular, shoutouts to Broth for being my biggest rival and probably one of my closest friends I've ever made in the speedrunning community.
Aw, same.
Aww.
Yeah, thank you all for being here. Rollins, I know it is quite early in the morning for you, just as it was for the Billy Hatcher runner Real Mim. So thank you for being willing to run regardless. That was awesome. Yeah,
Thank you for inviting me.
And Dream Syntax, thanks for your work on this mod. That's what the show is about, right? It's always cool to see projects like this. That will do it for us here on GDQ Hotfix for tonight. If you missed any of Billy Hatcher or let me say the full name of the mod, Billy Hatcher Scrambled or Shadow the Hedgehog Reloaded, or any of Do All the Things before this, stay tuned as we will replay both shows right after I am done talking here. As for our next live content, Sonic fans, you are in luck because tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern begins Sonic and the Glitched Gauntlet, which is a weekend full of Sonic series speedruns. We're going all day tomorrow and Sunday starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, both days. Whole lot of glitched Sonic speedruns. It'll be an absolute blast in more ways than one. So highly recommend checking it out. It'll be a good time. I've been Helix. If you want to watch more Parallel Universe or Do All the Things, I believe our next show is on Thursday, June 25th, if I'm remembering correctly. Do All the Things, of course, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, and Parallel Universe starting at 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to go get some rest because I've been on Hotfix for